Hey everybody, and welcome to D4, where I, Devin.
And I, Dustin, codium a 5th edition game of Dungeons and Dragons.
Hey.
Yeah.
About that.
What?
It's an owl intimidating another owl.
You say so.
Yes. As you can see, we are sadly down Rhea tonight, and we will be down Rhea for a few weeks as work has taken over in the real world. And so Vinley is taking a leave of absence at the Blackstaff Tower. But in her place, we are going to be joined by the wonderful and amazing Ray Berry as the adorable and clumsy Petunia Potts.
Yes, we already miss Rhea so much, but we promise that what she is doing in the real world is incredibly awesome, and we're super happy for her. Soupy, which is super happy together.
Oh God.
Soupy for you.
Oh God. Strong start tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. So we are still pushing Extra Life, and sometimes the world gets scary in games, but we can mitigate that with racking up extra lives so we can try again. However, sadly, the real world can be even scarier because we don't get do-overs when facing real dangers. But with your donations, we can give kids extra lives to power up, provided by the Children's Miracle Networks, such as the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. And we have some amazing milestone giveaways. So if you head to d4extralife.com, amazing milestone giveaways. We are currently at $1,260 raised. Our next milestone is at $1,550, which we will be giving away a set of Die Hard Dice Spellbinder Nightfall dice, which are incredibly beautiful. And then at $2,050, we have a set of the Dracona Chaos Hermera, which just came out last week. They are gorgeous. If we hit these tonight, or whenever we hit them, we will give them away in chat tonight. Yeah. And probably the one after that is probably a pretty big one, and that's at $2,500. We're going to give away a legendary bundle from D&D Beyond.
Every $3,000, we're giving away one of the screen-used maps of D4, all the things that you guys love, and that you can use at your own home game. $5,000, Seisha, not Goblin, Seisha, is running an in-canon Labyrinths and Leviathans D4 canon game with special guests and players. So that means that Harold would have to create a character of his choosing, not Ethan.
I'm thinking Barbarian.
Gonna be Barbarian. I was thinking Harry Higginbotham, but
who knows, man? It's a possibility.
God. 8,000, we're giving away a Beetle and Grimm's Icewind Dale silver box, and at 10,000, we will be tortured as the D4 cast and RockPunch crew will do a Reaper Pepper challenge, or we will eat a Reaper Pepper and do some type of card game or something for your entertainment and our misery. But it is all in the name of
entertainment.
Raising money
and
for
raising
children.
money.
Yeah. So, but we know it's tough, but every dollar counts, even if it's just a single dollar.
Yeah, and if you can't afford to donate right now, help share the link and get the link out there to help just spread the word.
Yes. But this is also the last Sunday of September. And what does that mean, Dustin?
That means it's the last Sunday of September. Ooh, that's right. So don't miss your chance to subscribe at a discount. If you're a new viewer or have not subscribed to our channel yet, now is the time. And don't worry, if you've been gifted a subscription by one of our amazing and generous fans, don't have to not subscribe yourself, but you're still eligible. If you subscribe by the end of today, or really September, we have 3 more days, you can do so at 20% off. But don't miss your chance and subscribe now. And remember that all subscribers are 3 times more likely to win our weekly giveaways. So,
which would include all of the Extra Life giveaways.
Indeed, so absolutely.
Big incentive there.
That's right. So if you're watching from mobile, please make sure you go to subs.twitch.tv and search for RockPunch ATL in order to access the deal.
And let's hear from our sponsors.
Forge from the deepest pits of programmer bits. Delve deep With fingers most foul come the blacksmith dice pack from D&D Beyond. Handcrafted by engineers in front of the darkest metallic computers, with smoke pouring over a poorly cooled, overclocked system from hell. Come the blacksmith dice pack and the archmage's favor, wrapped in the arcane weave of a man who worked on a 1975 Coleco. Here, you can purchase them at D&D Beyond, but enter hashtag Beyond now, and we are giving away 2 dice sets to 1 lucky player. We are giving away the Archmage's Favor and the Blacksmith's Dice Pack. Metal and magic intertwined into one. Hashtag Beyond. Enter it now.
And that is to a lucky viewer, not a player.
No, yes. You play the game of the hashtag. That's what I meant.
Aren't we all players, really?
In this game of life.
Yeah.
Game of life.
All the
Done.
world's a stage.
Done. Move on.
Okay. Hi, Goblin Katie, here to talk to you about Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse. You know what I love doing? I love to prove people wrong. It brings so much joy to my heart. And on the last Drunken Mailbag that they did, Matthew Lillard was talking about how they always lose money on t-shirts. So I want to get everybody to buy t-shirts so they don't lose money, so he gets proven wrong. There are fabulous t-shirts on their site, one of which is being modeled by our very own DM, Dustin. There's also a new one out for the Curse of Strahd. It is the Wolf's Head Jamboree shirt. This thing is awesome. It's like a concert shirt. It even has things on the back. It is baller. I strongly recommend it. You can get the Agueron shirt. You can get the Schrodinger's cat shirt, which is hilarious. It was their April Fool's Day. All sorts of things. So head over there. And I've got 2 words for you. Initiative beanbags. Are you tired of your players not knowing their order in initiative? Well, what you do is you write them all down and then you throw these beanbags at them. And they have numbers on them so they know what order in initiative they go. So you can bean your players. It's awesome. And then 3 words for you. Possibly my favorite thing on the site right now. Yeti type plushie. Not even kidding. This thing is ridiculously adorable. Like I saw it and went dumb as a bag of hair. It is amazing. So I strongly recommend you head over to their site. It's only $20 and the adorableness will last forever. So head over to beetleandgrims.com and while you're at it, make sure to follow them on Twitch or Twitter and Twitch. Both the things, all the things.
Twitcher.
And that's Beetle and Grim. Next.
Oh shit, I guess that's me. My love for you is like a truck berserker. Would you like to making the most detailed miniatures there are out there? Well, let me tell you, Eldritch Foundry is the way to do that. It's fantastic. And they just released their new Berserker set, which is amazing. And it's the best way to make your miniatures look fantastic at your table and make all your friends super jealous of how cool you look. But what about this? You want to have half your guy Viking and half your guy Samurai. Well, how are you going to do that? That doesn't seem possible. Well, guess what? Eldritch Foundry just added the ability to mix and match on their website. It's live now. You can mix and match on either side and get the exact miniature you're looking for. On top of that, maybe in the superhero world, they say no capes. But in D&D, we throw capes on everything. I threw cape on rye bread that I bought last week. It was fantastic. Some rye bread that a cape got on. And it looked great. If you want a cape on your miniature, they have it right now at Eldritch Foundry. You can throw a cape on your guy right away and live out your superhero fantasies in a fantasy land. Thank you so much. Check out Eldritch Foundry. And tonight, if you want to get 20% off your Eldritch Foundry, you can put in D4D&D as their little code for 20% off. Or if you want a chance to win one tonight, you can put in hashtag Eldritch for a chance to win your own miniature right here on the stream. All right, next.
Time travel. What is it really? So when you think about it, if you were to go back in time, right? Like, does your past you exist or do you take the place of that person? You know what I'm saying? The other morning, I woke up thinking about that age-old question. If you could travel back in time, would you kill baby Hitler? You know what I mean? And then you think about it and you're like, then you're killing a baby in cold blood. And then it's probably going to spark something else. And then other people are going to get upset about that. It's going to cause like, you know, kind of like the whole like butterfly with the tsunami thing. And, you know, the more and more I thought about it, the more I was like, it would just really suck if like so many people were involved in having to cause World War II that you just have to go back in time and you keep coming back to the future to find out it still happened regardless of who you killed. And then you ended up going back in time and actually unintentionally committing genocide when you were trying to avoid genocide like the whole time. Well, anyways. Huh?
How does this tie in?
So anyways, Tor and Sam and Colton decided to watch the movie Tenet and review. And I'm just really curious to see their opinion on a secret agent embarking on a dangerous time-bending mission to prevent the start of World War III. You know, like, are those guys going to have to commit, like, a weird genocide in order to avoid future genocide? I don't know. I haven't seen it, and I'm very eager to watch that video. On top of that, if I, too, am going to go back in time, I think I would probably want to hit up people like Colton and Greg to play retro NES games. You know what I mean? That just seems like a fun time. But I'm imagining when I go back in time, though, if it's a timeline in which I'm alive, it's baby Katie. But I would really like to think baby Katie retains all the knowledge of adult Katie so then I could go back and kick their asses in NES games. And that just seems like a really fun time. And on top of all of this, Babs feels at video games. She's doing a playthrough of Night of the Old Republic this Wednesday. Not related to time travel, but still sci-fi. So, like, we're just going to pretend that's related. And Greg's been playing Pokemon Heart and Soul. I still am a little curious as to why they named it after that little song we all did as a kid, but I hope they made the heart scales more prevalent.
All right. We have amazing merch for sale, like mugs and shirts and wine glasses and tumblers. You can get them at d4dnd.com, and there may or may not be new merch on the horizon.
Yeah, I know we've said it before, but you know, we're always looking to put more stuff on there, and the best way to do that is if you start buying more stuff now, which means people like it.
I mean, it's starting to get cold. We got hoodies.
Yeah.
Really comfy hoodies.
Yeah, we do.
Just saying.
And we might think about sweatpants.
They might be purple, but
without further ado, let's immerse ourselves
into the chronicles of D4.
Hey everybody, and we are back with D4. Last time on Deadly Dispute and Doom Raider delegations, the party is confronted by a strange group looking for an item delivered to the butcher. They learn that this group is not Zentarum as they expected, but are new members of the Xanathar, and they are nothing like what they are used to seeing. These characters seem to serve dark gods, as a lot of them have accoutrement, attuning towards the undeath. The party is escorted into the trades ward where Seisha summons her mount and flees with Vinley's bag of holding containing the box obtained as the special merchandise for Manchu. A fight breaks out, and with the aid of the Doom Raiders, they are able to hold off the attack, but not before Vinley falls. Though Istrid is close by and revivifies the elven wizard quickly.
In the midst of the fight, Karnan, the Cudgel of Carnage, the hobgoblin Harold saw at Las Pinadoro, who works the Rose, came out and revealed that he is who they were going to see. Harold, disguised as the Harlequin, draws his ire until the illusion falls, but Karnan flees, not sticking around. Voss, trying to keep the Watch from arresting them, outs Renair, Harold, and V as Harpers, but it seems to work, and they are let go. Heading back to the manor, they meet up with Dabble, who takes the box but does not open it, as it has many protections on it, as well as the symbol of the Sacro Saints, a sect of the Order of the Gauntlet. Dabble and the Doom Raiders take the box and leave, as Vinley takes out the lead and heads to the Blackstaff Tower, receiving a package from Kuzima on her way out.
With the party feeling defeated, overwhelmed, and lost, we pick up our game back at the Trollskull Manor. Vinley now gone, finding respite at the Blackstaff Tower with the recently emancipated Alpha lead. It is around late midday now, pushing close to around 3 o'clock. With no threats knocking at your door and a few days to plan to get organized for the gala and figure out what to do with Thardak Sturbuckler, what are you doing for the rest of the day?
So, I kind of sensing party's defeat and perhaps that the rest may need a chance to recompense. I stand up and say, I'm heading back to the field ward. It's been a while since we've trained the people we have there. I'd like to give them some of my hours. Any of you are welcome to come if you wish.
I was actually thinking about going around to some of the different temples in town and warning them about what's been going on with the murders.
It would be a good use of your time.
I have to rent carriages, I guess.
I'll go.
With who? Me?
No, with Fox. I mean, I'm supposed to help them learn how to defend themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
This may be a good opportunity for that. I turn and look at Harold.
He doesn't look happy.
I can sense that. But not receiving an answer, I nod and I head out the door.
Oh, we're not going to talk about it? We're just going to let it go? That's the plan? That's what he says as you turn.
I turn back around.
He hadn't moved yet.
And I sit down.
Oh, Voss, what you did back there is unacceptable, man. I gotta ask what you were thinking.
What happened?
Voss takes a moment. It was a panic move. It was a mistake.
Yeah, it was.
What happened?
I outed them as Harpers.
Oh, that.
I thought it might
Get the heat off you?
Yes.
What happened to some secrets aren't yours to tell?
As I said, it was a panic move. I apologize.
I gotta ask you one question and then I won't bring it up again. When you look at me, do you see the guy who's willing to throw himself to the wolves for you? Or am I just another grappling hook on your belt?
You know, that's not supposed to be that hard of an answer.
It actually is. Because it'd be easy for me to say the latter. But I don't think at this point you'd believe me, would you?
I know the difference between a cock up and doing something bad. You cocked up. But I want to make sure that this sort of thing doesn't happen again. This is bigger than the city. I have obligations to an organization across the entire planet. And I can't make those kind of risks. Not in my line of work. Not with the kind of things you know I'm doing. And I just need to know you understand the gravity of what happened. That's all. I'm not going to hold this against you, and I definitely don't distrust you. But I am angry. It'll pass. I'll get over it. But right now, I'm a little pissed. So I just need to know. You recognize how much you mean to me, right? I need some kind of assurance that you respect me enough to know that that can't happen again.
Boss is silent for a little while, actually. But nods. Then that is what I will do.
All right. Then I'm good. I'm going to stay here and cool off.
Boss nods. But before he heads out, briefly goes to his room and uses his last paper bird to send to Rainier.
Okay.
All it does is ask him to come in the morning tomorrow.
Do you so you use the
Paper bird.
paper bird? Yes, I wanted to
Yeah.
say bird paper, but I knew that was wrong. You want to use the paper bird? You don't say anything. You just say, "Come meet in the morning."
Come meet in the morning. It's important.
Okay.
Okay.
You
I'm
send it
just
off.
gonna wait for Voss and V to leave.
Okay, but
V actually wants to take a moment to talk to Harold privately.
Sure.
Okay. Harold, did you leave to go upstairs?
I'm just chilling out on the, I'm just sitting in the common area, just kind of quietly.
Okay. Hey, Harold, I wanted to speak to you privately for a couple minutes, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like I really had more, let me just start from the beginning. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm like getting ahead of myself. Where do I start? I've actually, obviously we already know that I was obviously butthurt that I didn't really know Voss's past slave thing.
Right.
And I get that wasn't other people's information to tell me. So I decided to try to confront Voss about it and tell him something that I found out recently that nobody else knows, including you, to try to build some sort of trust, to try to tell him to be like, buddy, if we're going to be in this group, we got to be able to tell each other our weird pasts and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And he did legit think that I would turn him in. And that's why he didn't want me to know, which just tells me he just really has no idea who I am at all, which is really cool. But I wanted to talk to you about the thing I told him because I was planning on telling you regardless. It just happened to happen this way. Sorry, I know, I need to get to the point. Okay, so I recovered some forgotten memories, which is weird because, like, how do memories just, like, become forgotten?
Can I roll Arcana to know that there's a spell that does that?
Of course you can.
19.
I think that's. Hold on.
That might not be enough, actually.
No, I don't think it's
I
enough.
think it is just under. And
I think it's one under.
And once again, because I think you've rolled this exact number before on it, you know that something exists. You're just not sure exactly what it is, what it entails.
What the method is,
Yeah.
just that it's out there.
Yes, but
somebody thought of
you
this.
know that there are magics that can do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll explain that much. I mean, there's lots of magic that can do that sort of thing. What did you forget?
Wow, I feel dumb that I didn't consider magic. Anyways, that probably makes sense. My family probably put a spell on me. Cool. So I had this teacher when I was roughly like 12, 13. You know, I had all of these, you knew I had all those private tutors. Anyways, she in particular would randomly talk to me about star spawn, like really serious and intensely and kind of hush-hush about it. Like I didn't tell anyone that's what she was teaching me randomly until I started having all of these nightmares, and I ended up telling my mom because I was scared and trying to explain my nightmares, and then she just like disappeared one day after I told them this when the nightmares started happening. And she was my favorite teacher. I remember loving her. I remember being really close to her. I just remember like really caring about this person, and I can't even remember their name or fully what they look like or what happened to them. And I know that when they disappeared, I asked what happened, and they said that she just moved. She just like moved on to, I guess, tutor someone else or go somewhere else without saying goodbye or anything. And that's the last I really remember of it. And I know that this information about star spawn, a VR, and all of the creepy star stuff, it has something to do with my dad and the mines. I don't know. I don't actually know. And I have no idea how to even begin figuring out this weird puzzle. And I just know I'm going to need like you and like Voss and probably Venli to help me figure this out.
He looks over at Seisha and then back at her and is like, she's probably going to be your best bet right now. Because she has the library. But
the library doesn't have anything on star spawn. We've already tried.
Well, then we're going to have to just start looking for other places. The fact is that she's probably the foremost researcher on the team right now, as long as Vinley's busy. Or we could talk to Petunia. She's very smart. We can get a crew on this, and we'll work on it. The best part about this is that all of us have something to add there, and I'm proud of you for telling Voss. Voss is a trustworthy guy, and even if he is nervous about you knowing these things, now that you do, I think maybe it's time for you guys to try to see what you guys have in common and just think better. I'm a little pissed at him right now, but I mean, the guy's like, we're just too close. I can't stay angry at him. Can't stay angry at any of you.
I know being a Harper means more to you really than it does to me. To me, it just kind of felt like I got to be included in a cool club. honestly. Are we allowed to be Harpers after being outed?
Yeah. I mean, I can always lie to somebody and make them think that that guy's crazy and we don't, whatever. I can always get us out if we have to. The fact of the matter is that, we were lucky that he told who he told, and it was, like he said, it was just a panic moment. I don't think he meant anything by it. I definitely don't think he was trying to be nefarious. So, we try to keep it as under wraps as we can, considering we are like the silent chord that rings throughout the city. But
when it comes to having to potentially investigate the Cathalian steel mines, I have to have someone like Voss on my side for that. I can't.
Hey, don't say you have to. You already do have somebody like Voss on your side. He'd help you if you asked him. I think he wants the two of you to have a pleasant working environment. I don't know that he wants to be your best friend, but I know for a fact that he respects the things you can do, and you can do a lot more than you think you can. This whole thing, look how much you've already done. You've gotten these memories back. You're going to push through, and between the two of us, there's nothing that's going to hold us back. We're going to find out the answers. Whatever it
memories
takes.
Back through traumatic times, whatever, doesn't matter.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, the person I met when I first met you wouldn't have been able to do all the things you've done. You're really strong. You should have a lot more faith in yourself. You're going to pull through this, and we're going to figure it out as a team, like we always do.
Yeah, I guess I just really feel like I needed to, now that I've realized, explain to you guys why I knew so much about Starspawn that Seisha couldn't find research on, which I'm sure bothered her. But
I'm glad you know, and hopefully we can get to the bottom of it soon, because things are cranking up, aren't they?
I just have so many questions for this tutor.
I have so many questions in general about your upbringing. We're going to get those answers.
If she knew something was going on with my dad and was teaching me about Starspawn, like, was she sent by somebody? Like, is there, like, how, I'm just trying to figure out all the connections, how long it's been going on, like, how it's connected and related. By the way, what the hell does my dad have to do with Starspawn?
Only one way to find out, and that's to research. Hopefully, Seisha will manage that dinner with your mom, and that'd be a good first step.
I honestly don't really see that going anywhere. You know how my mom is. She's so
You should never
stubborn.
You should never underestimate the charisma of a Seisha.
I just feel like you should never underestimate the stubbornness of a Cathala.
Oh, I know. I know better than anybody. Trust me. Let me tell you, hours on silverware. Hours. One little spot, start over, Harold. Start over. I know.
Just a water stain.
It was a water stain, but they don't want no water stain. Like, we could go about this for hours. I have so much bitterness. Look, the fact of the matter is, we'll work through this together, and even if it's maybe doesn't mean as much to you as it does to me, I'm glad you're a Harper with me.
Me too. Even if Voss outed us out, I did not know how to respond to that.
It's okay. It was to a cop. We'll be fine. I hold up the fist, and I go for the fist bump. And then I will chill out and wait for Voss and them to head out.
All right.
I'll wait with you.
I head out.
Okay.
All right.
I will.
You going with them, V?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So as you are heading down the stairs and making your way around, Voss, you actually run head first.
Well, she runs head first.
She runs head first and trips and stumbles backwards as you both come around the corner, as Petunia is now tumbling end over end, book in hand, kind of going flying into the air, but landing perfectly back on her chest and not into the puddle next to her that she almost landed in, because it is starting to die down in
The heavy
the
rain.
heavy rain has let up and is now but just kind of a soft drizzle.
Well, hello there.
Hello.
You
Sorry,
seem
did I
to-
get you? Hello.
Seem to be excellent at making spectacular entrances per the norm.
Thank you.
I extend a hand to help her out.
She'll accept it and be like, how is everyone? I just decided to stop by on my finished deliveries. How is everyone?
It's been a bit of a day.
A bit of a day.
Your presence may be required to cheer up a certain someone, I think, who would be glad to see you.
There's
How
the
lucky
tavern
of
if
me.
you want to go see him.
Okay. And she'll be like, okay, well, are you guys leaving?
We'll be back at some point in time. Is there urgent business you need with us? Grey Force business.
I was just stopping by to visit.
All right. Well, I won't impede your progress then.
All right, well then, I will go say hello to Harold. I assume that's who you're referring to.
That's a safe assumption.
All right, and she will turn on her heel, check to see if she's on any of her shoelaces, and then make her way into the common room.
I want to make sure that you know I know you wanted to talk to me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just real quick.
Yeah. Harold?
Yeah.
It's not just the Harper thing, is it?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I've just been getting a weird vibe off you.
Well, we're losing. See, that's the weird vibe you're getting. Is I feel like we're losing.
Why?
Well, you see, I got knocked unconscious in front of the cudgel today, who knows me personally and is always looking for an opportunity to stomp someone to death. Not to mention, I got the feeling you really hated the whole Harlequin thing, which, by the way, I debased myself to the lowest standard of human being, if you could even call him that. So just maybe not in the greatest of moods.
What do you mean, debased yourself?
I pretended to be the Harlequin so that I could scare them or fix things up or trick them or something. Yeah, I just kind of drew a lot of attention to me, and I'm very certain the cudgel got a look at my face.
Harold, I mean, the rose is the Xanathar.
Yeah, I know.
So
that means that he knows directly now.
yeah, but you think he would have forgotten about you?
It doesn't matter whether or not he's forgotten about me. Up to this point, he liked me because I got him his seat according to him. Now, I look like I'm doing to him what we did to the previous Xanathar. So we'll see how things turn out.
He's not an idiot. He would have expected it.
I don't think he thought I had the guts to do something like this.
Harold, I think this whole thing was a setup. I
Maybe.
think he knew exactly what you were going to do. He knew exactly what all of us would do.
I don't think so. He's not interested.
Why would you discuss a rendezvous around people you know are working against you?
I think he felt in control. And obviously he doesn't work for the Xanathar, so he couldn't have known that this was going to happen. Maybe he knew there was a mole, but I don't think that he knew that they were going to send the greatest crack squad of ass kickers I've ever seen to come take down that box.
Okay.
Did you see the way they were dressed? How do they walk around town looking like that?
No,
They made me look quiet and purple.
The one
You know,
that
it's
chased
fine.
me, he was a follower of Baal, god of murder. He was a murder guy.
Maybe he was just having a ball.
Uh,
And then I turn and see Petunia coming in the door. Unless there's anything else you wanted to say real quick.
Oh. Hi, Petunia.
Hey!
I'm
Heard that.
on my way out. You guys, behave.
Yeah.
By the way, Seisha, I would. Sorry, I just wanted to let you know that I looked for the Far Realm books that you asked me to, and
They're
I
all
know I
gone?
said we had some in stock, but I couldn't
Hold
find
on.
them. Yeah.
Same thing at the Font of Knowledge.
Sorry.
All of the Far Realm books in town seem to be disappearing.
That's really strange.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
No. Thankfully, I got to read over the ones in the restricted section before they went missing. So I at least know what was in them.
Oh, well, that's
It went
something.
missing from the restricted area?
Yeah. From the savant's own room.
Great. Great.
Yeah.
And I take pride in my inventorying, so the fact that we don't have ours is definitely suspicious.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyways, you guys have fun.
Okay.
Have a
Yep.
good time.
Okay.
all right.
Maybe do a little.
Okay, why don't you just go ahead and we'll catch you later.
Okay, bye.
Nice seeing you, Seisha. Oh,
Facial leaves.
hey.
Hello. Hi. Hi. How are you?
Uncomfortable. How are you?
I'm okay.
Harold looks beat to shit. He's 9 hit points out of 44.
She kind of looks him up and down, kind of like looks over to the fire, looks back at him and goes, "Do you want to go sit down?"
The fire, I think that's actually downstairs.
Oh,
So
downstairs.
it's like, yeah, so Harold, I don't want to freak out customers. What with both my nostrils bleeding and the bleeding from this year and my disheveled hair, which is a whole other mess that I don't want to talk about. It's going to take me hours to get it back to where it needs to be.
I guess we're just so used to it, we didn't comment on it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fine.
Petunia will prestidigitate all the prestidigitatable stuff off of him.
Sorry.
You're able to clean the blood and
Mhm.
Fix his hair a bit.
dry
You
him
kind
off.
of You kind of
Like,
caught me
down-
after an ass
down here.
kicking.
Down here. And then, like, if he leans down, she'll kind of...
All right.
There you go. Good as new.
Thank you. I gotta get my ass kicked right before you got here, so I apologize.
It looks like it. What happened? Can you talk about it? Is this
I
one
guess.
of those...
Yes, you know what? I can. I took a box from bad people and we're throwing it in the ocean because we don't know what's in it.
Okay.
And those people were really mighty pissed that we wanted to take that box. And they kicked 10 shades of shit out of me in the middle of the street.
Well then, that's...
And my greatest enemy, one of his main lackeys, saw my face. So...
Your greatest enemy?
Oh, wow. We have a lot of catching up to do, don't we? You don't know about the Rose, do you?
I don't think Petunia would Petunia even be aware of that? And I didn't think she did. She's like, the
It occurs.
flower?
No.
Book? It's a good book.
No. It's the assassin that I used to work for, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. See, you know, I used to get all emotional when I told this story, but now it feels so far away and mundane. It's almost comical. I used to work for this very dangerous man called the Rose, who's this extremely powerful assassin. He works in the city. He's the new Xanathar, because who fucking cares about keeping secrets anymore? And I used to do some really shady things for him, things I'm not proud of when I was younger and didn't have a choice. When I left, I guess he used the Harlequin to keep an eye on me. And 3 Strings you might have met.
Oh.
Yeah. Turns out he's a spy for the Rose, and he was planning on doing terrible things to me. And long story short, I think I killed him. But unfortunately, I put the Rose in a position of extreme power, and here we are. So, you know, who knows what's about to happen in the next few days.
My favorite book is one that I never returned to a library back home. Okay, now we're even.
Honestly, they should probably shackle you. I don't know how you live with yourself. Frankly, it's the most demonstrably evil thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's a really good book.
What's it called?
It's actually called The Wind in the South Sea. It's
the one with the song. Yeah, I love that song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a love story. It's my favorite.
Mine too. I think if I read it, it's probably great. I'm just glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here too.
Why don't we go get a drink now that I'm cleaned up? We can get a drink and hang out for a little bit. I'll get you lunch. It's on me.
I'd love to.
All right, and we'll head downstairs and do that.
All right, and you both head downstairs and spend the evening in each other's company, reminiscing and catching up and
healing by the hearth.
Healing by the hearth. You can 100% take a short rest and heal
2d8 plus
2d8
something.
plus
Goblin
4.
knows, she has it.
2d8 plus 2, I think is what it is.
The look on Goblin's face was like, sure I do. Let me find it.
But as that is
2d10
happening...
plus 2. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
2d10 plus 2?
Okay.
Yeah.
But as that is happening, V, are you accompanying Voss?
I am, yes.
Okay, cool.
You all make your way to the field ward. And as you're wandering the streets, you actually come across a few of your neighborhood mercenary patrols stationed in the field ward. Some of the talking points are they take you to Greg, who is running the house now and training the new recruits in the basement. They've stopped a few users of Harrow Dust with an odd side effect to withdrawals.
And the withdrawals being the afflicted keep speaking in a language that they do not understand, but it fades once their mind is theirs again.
I asked them to repeat the language as best they can. Obviously, it's not going to be one for one, but
They can't.
okay.
They contradict each other. They're like, see the...
Understood.
Yeah. And it does not sound like a racial language. I will say that.
Yep.
I will say you at least pick up that
Okay.
with what they are saying. It sounds like a different form of common. And you find Gret. He lets you know that you got about a dozen more greenhorns, which is good because you're down 6.
I asked him where they fell and how.
So they actually encountered one of the aberrations that mutated from the Harrow Dust overdose that you encountered before. It took a group of them, 6 of them fell, but they were able to bring it down.
He lets you know the dust is less prevalent, but harder to find now. I think that's due to our presence.
I applaud Greg's efforts. I give him an extra silver. I've already paid them for the week, but I'll go ahead and give him that.
Yeah.
It takes 8 bites on it, and it worked.
And he looks at you and goes, what the fuck are those things? How the fuck do we kill them more easily?
That is an excellent question, and that's something we need to gather the men for. I've brought help today, and I turn towards V. I say,
Hi.
she's a stalwart warrior and an excellent combatant, and I think she can shore up those who may be more accustomed to fight like her than you and I.
All right, I'll get the men. As Greg will start gathering everybody, and whoever's like close around and not on patrol, he'll gather them and get them in the basement. And
as he pulls them out, you see most of them are human, as a lot of the people within the city and around all the walls are human. But you see all of the half and quarter mix of races, ranging from the smallest smalls to like the biggest big. You even see like a furbolg and a larger like dragonborn and lizardkin and other sorts of races that are more akin to V's stature. And everything in between.
Yep.
Gotcha. As soon as the men are rallied, I step forward and ask V to join me. This is Vio Miliana Veterok. I know you haven't had the opportunity to meet all of us, but I think as you can see from her, I can attest personally she is a stalwart fighter and someone who could learn a lot from. V, go ahead. And I step back, giving you the floor to speak.
Okay. Hey everyone, just call me V. No need for the full fancy name. I guess I don't know how to go about this. How experienced would you all say you are with fighting in general?
You get like a mix of, I stabbed a guy in an alley once, to I don't know.
And then someone would be like, I've killed already 15 men.
Okay, so I'm taking it y'all probably only like panic fought people. When you fight people when you're panicking. Is that correct? Okay, well that's fine. So here's the deal. I feel before we can start training with any sort of weapon, we all need to figure out how to fight using just our bodies. It sounds to me that a lot of you are depending on weapons, and you need to start thinking of yourself as a weapon so you can be more in tune with your motions and attacks, as well as be able to read your opponent's motions and attacks. Does that make sense?
A couple half-hearted yeahs, but
okay. So
I
know it sucks.
Fisticuffs and grappling?
Something like that. Goodness. Okay.
So over the next few hours, you and Voss work with them on basic techniques, basic hand-to-hand combat, basic body movement readings, and just getting a general grasp of basic combat techniques, the fundamentals, basically.
When we have a chance, there is something like perhaps towards the end of the training sessions, as I spent a few hours here.
Of course.
I once again take stage at the front of it. I need everyone here to understand something. Everyone here, I feel, has a concept of what is considered a fair fight, correct?
You get the insight that, yeah, most of them understand what a fair fight means.
A fair fight, to those outside of the field ward, is a one-on-one combat. You armed with whatever shard or shiv you may have against someone in plate mail armor with a full set of swords. That's fair. But that's not the field ward way, is it?
And most of them shake their head no. Greg goes, fuck no.
Right. That's not the way we fight in the field ward.
Well, what is the way? Is the way you just taught us, is that different than what's on the other side?
We don't fight one-on-one. We fight 4-on-1. We fight 5-on-1. We're not looking for fair, we're looking to win. We're not warriors. We're bullies. And I take a knife and I shear into the wall behind me the letters BFG, and I place beside it the words Bully Field Guard.
I'll get it. Like it. I guess we're BFGs now.
That you are. Don't be afraid to run. Don't be afraid to find more. Keep in mind, you want to defend the area you're in. They come into the field ward, they fight the field ward way. One of them brings a knife, you bring 5, with men on every side of them. You run to a back alley where there are 6 waiting for you. You run back to a place where you have 10. You do not fight their way. You make them fight our way. You all need to go back. Remember, you want to defend this place and make it safe for your families. You want to raise it up by your own hands. But you want to go back to your families, your wives, your husbands, your children. Fight the field ward way. Live, outnumber, overpower every time. And even those things out there can fall. Remember, not warriors, you're bullies.
With that, they all seem to start chanting BFG, raising their weapons and sparring against each other with the new types of combat that you've taught them today, and even going through drills of multiple on one. Obviously, the one is not doing so well, but
I participate. I let like 4 or 5 gang up on me at once to let them see how that feels.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, and between you and V, the main thing that they're fighting is abominations. They're not fighting people.
Yeah.
They're fighting the stuff that the Harrow Dust turns people into.
Yeah, they're fighting that, and also try any dealers that they find. They'll also do that. But as Greg said earlier, those are a lot harder and fewer to find, and it is probably more so as they have gone more into hiding and more covert with their deals. But with this, Greg pulls you aside, V as well, and he's like, so the few that we did find, what do you want to do with it? And he brings you into a back room, and he unlocks a drawer, and there's a couple of bags of hair dust. The stuff's real good. I accidentally inhaled it once.
Same. It is good, I'll admit. Destroy what you find. Mostly. For every 5 bags, keep one in a place safe where no one else knows it's there. There are people that I know may actually pay good money to have this and study it. I take one of the bags, but just one, and I ask him to destroy the other 2. In fact, if there's a fireplace nearby, I don't do that because I don't know how that's going to react.
How big are these bags?
They're like small coin pouches.
Oh, okay. In my mind, I was imagining like a flour sack. So I was like, how are you just gonna hold that?
Very, very small. Like a small, like a single set of dice set bags.
Okay.
You know, like a dime bag, dog.
Right.
There are people here who won't risk selling it to the community who may want this and pay coin for it. I'll have to ask them about it. First and foremost, though, you're doing a good job keeping everyone out.
Oh, other thing. People are real responsive to your particular motivation.
I understand your meaning. You'll be getting that every week. I have potentially, when we shore things up a bit, may have the means and the connections to turn this into a much better barracks than it is right now. Maybe start feeding you all decent meals throughout the day.
Won't say no to that.
No, should you?
Rubs his stomach.
As this place gets safer, we may need to start looking into getting businesses as well. Vio, any thoughts?
Gosh, well, I'm sorry. I'm just in my head trying to figure out the best way to train people in fighting, because teaching isn't exactly something I'm used to doing. I do think it is really good to have all of their, passion and emotion into it. I just don't want them to try to go too hard too fast.
Like he said, if it seems to get, if we're not in favor, we're gonna run.
Okay, as long as y'all still have that survival instinct to run, it's okay.
I will say, ever since there's been a lot more of these Harrow spawn people, the guard's gotten a little bit more touchy with the field ward.
Keep an eye on them. Not all of them are as they appear to be.
I'm touchy.
I mean, they've helped a little bit, but I think they're trying to blame us.
Okay.
All right. I'm also working on getting all of you decent arms and armor. Might have to talk to my contacts, but with any luck, I'll be able to get you something better than what you have. But I want to make sure, and I point to both Emiliana and myself, that you're trained enough to use it so that it makes a difference.
He nods. Like, yeah.
Excellent.
Nothing worse than a bloke stabbing himself in the stomach because he doesn't know how to properly sheathe his blade. I'm not saying that's happened as he looks down at a scar on his stomach. Never happened.
I was fighting Carters. Yeah, I think that's what they're called.
I would hope that someone who almost killed me would be a little better now.
I was young. Maybe drunk.
Very well. Well, I'll do this more often as time passes. Make sure everything's shorn up. And I take the Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I take the information that he gave me along with where they're seeing this, and I don't know if it'd be possible, knowing what I know about the field war and maybe contact information. Is there any way I can pinpoint an area where this seems to be localizing?
No, every bit of information you got has been just sporadic throughout. It's all chaos. There's no pattern.
Where the dealings were, which is the Samis.
Yep.
That's where they kept going, and that's where a lot of the dealers have kind of dispersed. And now it's really hard to find. But as for these aberrations, there isn't a centralized location. It's literally just anywhere, anybody that got a hold of some of this Harrow dust seems to be turning.
All right. Thank you all.
And you both make your way back after quite a few hours. The sun's starting to go down as you make your way back to the manor.
As we're making our way back to the manor, no doubt the carriage rise here was made in silence. I turn to V and I say, "What do you want?"
What do you mean?
I mean in general. What is your mission, your desire?
What do you want?
I point back to the field ward.
You want the field ward?
I don't want it. I want to do what we were doing here today. And I want to find those children. There's a lot of things I want in this city, but I don't know. I've never really figured out exactly what it is you want. So I thought I'd just ask.
I guess just a place to belong, really.
You have that. There's got to be more to you than that.
I mean, I don't. Not really. I don't know. When I left home, I envisioned leaving Waterdeep, not staying. That's part of why I really want, when all of this whole mess is over and done with, I just really want to go to the mountains to try to see if I could find, I don't know, just anything left of
Your father's conquest?
sort of, I guess. Not even so much that. I just feel like there's something out there that I don't know about that has to do with the Goliaths from my mom's side of the family. And I just really, really, really feel this need to leave. I just know I can't do it alone.
Would you join them? Leave the city, perhaps? Take up that life?
I don't know.
You don't seem the type.
I don't know. All I know is that I have to go find that out for myself and then decide. I just know that I can't leave by myself and fend for myself by myself and find potentially nothing or imminent death.
Fair enough.
I just know I can't do it alone. And I don't even necessarily envision myself like leaving Harold or Seisha, Vinley, any of you guys. I just have this intense need to know. It's hard to explain beyond that.
Well, when all this business is done, the city calms down, I'll help you on this, assuming you even know where to go.
I have a map.
Well, that's a start then.
As well as a potential, trail, I guess you could call it.
Your father is going to be at the gala.
Yeah. Probably.
I don't know much about Mr. Elerthak Gathala, aside from the fact that he was a conqueror of your tribe, and that he seems to be a very dangerous and very intelligent man. And let me say this as well. You, flaunting the name of a clan he conquered to his face, may make him, may bring his ire on us.
Well, what else do I have? It's not like I can use the Gathala name any longer anyways.
Maybe.
Sometimes I'm surprised he let my gran live.
I don't know. All I know is that he's a dangerous entity that at some point or another we're going to confront. It's inevitable. Conquerors don't stop being conquerors.
No, they don't.
They just choose a different target.
Well, he's definitely chosen Waterdeep.
I agree.
Part of why I don't even want to be here anymore.
Would you be willing to confront him? Fight him if it came down to that? I'm not saying at the gala,
I just
but eventually.
have this problem with words, and it sucks. It sucked so much growing up in a noble house when you're stuck with words. That's all nobles fight with is words. And all I know is how to fight with my hands. I can fight you physically. I'm not eloquent. I never wanted to be. And I never tried to be, really. Something they always found frustrated. They were always frustrated with me about that. So when it comes to confronting my dad, if it was fighting in an arena or whatever, sure, but I get so flustered with confrontation. I never know what to say. It's why I always have such a hard time talking to you, which is odd. Like, what is your education, by the way? Based off of the
education?
It's just the way you speak doesn't match your history to me.
That's a fair assessment.
Like, you speak the way my family wants me to, or wanted me to, growing up.
I speak the way the woman who taught me spoke. She was eloquent. She had to be. She was first mate. She raised me, trained me, amongst other things.
She taught you how to read and stuff?
I knew how to read beforehand. We were prepped in the orphanage. We trained for 5 years and then were sold off. Anything you would need to know at the sea, we learned there, which I didn't think much of when I was a child, but makes a lot more sense now when you're being raised as cattle.
It's just, sometimes you sound more noble than I do.
I assure you, if you have any despising of nobility, I share your sentiment.
None of it ever felt right. It never felt like me, and they never cared what I wanted, and it's really difficult to know what you want when no one allows you that freedom.
So,
I have no wrongs to right the way that you guys all do.
So where are you strong?
What do you mean?
Where are you strong? What do you have confidence in?
Just fighting.
What else?
Well, I mean, I feel like I'm pretty good at putting an outfit together.
Okay. What else?
You know, presentation in a sense. Well, visual presentation.
You do fill out a dress nicely.
Thank you. But I also feel like I can dress other people too. It's not just about me.
My point in all this, they fight you on that ground because they know you're weak there. I would. You have to make them fight you where you're strong, where you're confident. Where to fight counts for a lot, particularly in noble houses. You've seen Mert. He doesn't speak with eloquence, and he stinks. Yet I would bet he could walk up to any noble and put them to shame. He makes them fight where he is strong. You have to do the same.
I guess I just don't know how to go about doing that.
If you're so good at dressing yourself, then be something that needs no words. Be something that walks into the room and draws attention beyond what they can comprehend. That way you don't need to say a damn thing. You think you could do that?
Possibly. I guess it just depends on the statement you want to make.
Then I suggest you figure that out before the week's end.
I guess I don't know. My only way I knew of dealing with it growing up, whether I meant to or not, was just doing the opposite was asked of me all the time.
You'll figure it out, I think.
There's nothing more confusing than trying to walk that weird line of like trying to please everyone, but also not wanting to do anything anyone tells you all the time.
You have a choice now. No one's pulling your leash. Not everybody has that.
Okay.
I'm actually going to have to part ways with you here. Dabble wanted to speak with me about something, but I shouldn't be gone too long.
That's okay.
I'll join you back at the manor.
Okay.
The carriage will drop you off, V, and then you can head off towards the underworld boss. But we're going to jump over to Seisha. As you make your way to the pond,
As you make your way to the majestic, marbled, bell-towered keep that is the temple, the font of knowledge, with the stained glass of the muses above, there is something that you notice. Not only at the font of knowledge, but also at the nearby adjacent Hall of Justice, of the Temple of Tyr. And that is an overwhelming, at least a new notice amount of watch that seem to be patrolling these streets.
Well, that's good to see.
As you enter, you come across more people getting ready for being initiated into the temple, as a couple of people are going over last minute notes, readying themselves to display themselves, whatever accoutrement of story or performance they might be getting ready for at the late hour at sunset. But
Is there anyone that looks like especially nervous?
There are a few. There's a woman that seems to be kind of frantically going over her notes and seems like maybe she had misplaced something.
Say she's going to walk over to her. Excuse me.
So kind of look up and kind of noticing the pendant and that you wear and the shield. And... Yes.
You look a little nervous.
Is that obvious?
I just wanted to tell you that it's not as bad as you're thinking it's going to be. It's actually kind of fun. Just let yourself enjoy the moment and revel in the truth of it.
Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
Okay. I'm good at that. That's a 14. I'm okay at that.
No, that's not bad. And you kind of see her shoulders straighten a bit as she nods.
It's going to be okay.
She smiles. Thank you, Lord Seeker.
You're welcome. Have fun.
And as you walk, you kind of look over and you can see kind of off down a little bit, you see the Savant walking with what appears to be a middle-aged human with dirty blonde hair, very bookish looking. He's got a friendly smile but very sad eyes, like just that look that just always looks sad.
Yeah.
And they're conversing, kind of walking along the font, kind of just down the main corridors.
Okay.
They're heading towards you.
All right. Seisha will just patiently wait.
Something that you notice is that he is definitely wearing the colors and attire of a higher ranked individual within the watch.
Okay.
Yep. You can see the breastplate under the brown cloak that he wears, and there is the, coloring of the watch that, he has. He doesn't have a helmet or anything, but he does seem to have a long sword on his hip.
Okay. And he doesn't look like any of the captains or anything that I've met.
I don't think you have met this man.
I don't think you have either.
Okay.
Hold on.
I ask the hard questions.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, but as he gets close enough, you do see the Waterdeep badge, and you see across the banner, Silvermane.
Yep, and it is, and the rank that he has, you've never seen before.
It has more chevrons, and
yep. Go ahead and make me a history check.
Okay. $16.
It is the rank of Grand Civilar.
Okay.
Which is the one that delegates to the wardens.
Yep. Basically oversees all of the wards.
Okay, I think I know which one this is. All right, you said the name was Silvermane?
Yep.
Okay, got it. Seisha will wait patiently until they're near and just kind of look at the Savant with that, do you have a moment sort of expression.
And she'll kind of look over, here's something I'd actually like to introduce you to.
Very well. I am a Grand Civilar Hollister Silvermane. Who am I in the present? That was my former rank. I have just been emboldened by Lord Silverhand herself, the Open Lord, into making me, by the graces of a minister, I am now the Grand Sibylla. It is very strange that the former Grand Sibylla came down with a sickness, but I am ready for my duties. And he looks towards the savant and then back to you. I'm sorry, I did not catch your name.
I'm Lore Seeker Seisha Valisbard.
Seisha is one of our most trusted law seekers. She brings knowledge to the streets themselves, and I believe has worked hand in hand with Sergeant Crumley, retired.
Yes.
You must be his new student he is talking about.
Oh, he's talking. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Yes, that would be me. Yes.
Well, it is an account of you that we are informed of this threat, and a matter we are taking very seriously.
I'm glad to
I
hear
can
it.
assure you that all temples throughout all of the wards are going to be patrolled by the Watch, and we have you to thank for it.
Oh, well, me and my friends, they've done a lot as well.
But tell them that they have the city's thanks.
I'll do that. And if you ever happen to find yourself in the area, feel free to drop by Troll Skull Tavern. Always happy to feed the watch.
Well, with my new position, I'm not sure if I will have any time to do that, but if I find myself within the North Ward, I will make a point to stop by.
There haven't been any more, just the 3, right?
None that we have come across, no.
Is there anyone missing?
There's one.
I see. Was there? I'm sorry.
They are beyond the city of patrol, so it is hard to say if they are out doing something, especially since they are attuned to the sea. It would be Umbeli's temple. They are just on the outskirts, the Queen's Spire.
I see. And have they been informed of the situation?
All temples have been informed and are aware of the situation, as to not cause panic to the new watch that is patrolling the streets.
Okay. Well, that takes care of what I came to speak with you about, Savant.
Your foresight has already been commenced.
Oh, thank you. I will leave you to your business then.
And he smiles at you friendly with, his sad eyes as you notice that they are like a pale green, silvery gray.
Okay. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And it's yours as well. If you find yourself at Castle Waterdeep, make sure to speak my name, and I may be able to escort you around the premises.
That would be wonderful. Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
I will warn you, it is not a place for playtime.
No, of course not. No, purely scholastic interest.
There you go.
And as he waves, you can actually see that he, on his right ring finger, is a gold ring with a signet,
it's a sigil ring that has a red field and a golden crown.
Yep.
Okay. In that case, what time is it?
4.
4? Okay.
Yeah, for you, it's later for everybody else, but unless there's anything like super pressing.
No, Seisha's just going to kill a little time watching the new recruits, and then she's going to head to the Skewered Dragon.
Okay. You wait till sunfall as the sky becomes washed in watercolor once again. You hear the bells ring out as the procession of all of those gather to stand upon the chorus dais and give their speeches, tell their stories, recite their poems, sing their songs, and be welcomed into the graces at the foot of the statue of Agueron, as they are anointed by the holy waters and brought in as the devout of the lore keeper himself.
Yep. And as you make your way towards the Skewer Dragon, you spend your evening out with Gariel.
Yay!
Once again, meeting her at the Skewer Dragon. And on the simple night out for food and drinks, she takes you somewhere in response to her surprise that you haven't been to already, as you set out and enter into the God Catcher's Tavern. This tavern is a tourist trap, very much like the Yawning Portal, as well as the Great Drunkard's Tavern, which is called Gralkin's Tankard.
And although the God Catcher Inn is an overpriced tourist trap, that doesn't mean that it is not cozy. A warm fire burns within its hearth. It serves good ale and passable food, and its award-nominated wine has been praised by the Vintners, Distillers, and Brewers Guild. A fact that the bartender never fails to mention as she tries to sell everyone on its overpriced bottles. The rooms of the inn are separate from the main structure, suspended in air, protruding from the smooth gray granite Adonis figure, reaching to the heavens, shadowing the bar on the lower level. Remnants of old, torn-away scaffolding curl around the statue's shoulder and up the arm like a tattered feather boa up its outstretched arm, giving the illusion that it was once that the figure was carved in this position rather than a walking statue from the fables of years past.
The tap room of the Godcatcher Inn is awash with the warm, atmospheric glow of a blazing fireplace. Tall shadows fill its corners, and flickering candles adorn each of its tables. A long-haired half-elven woman in a sharp suit named Imarina tends the bar and mingles with the guests. Throughout the night, you hear rumors perpetuated by the patrons that some say the inn is haunted, as some say they can hear the screams echo from the inside the walls. Others say it is the moans of the statue trapped in the ground from where the second Blackstaff, Sara Chaudrin, turned the street to mud to stop the colossal titan from destroying the city when the spell plague ignited throughout Faerun.
You also hear that a powerful Raptoran sorceress, and a Raptoran you know to be similar to that of an Aarakocra, named Andra Blacklock, resides in the orb that floats above the Godcatcher's hand, and she watches over the city. However, she is known to be extremely private and reclusive, never seeking visitors, and hasn't been seen wandering the city in little over a decade. Many say she is the one who destroyed the scaffolding that led up to the top of the Godcatcher and the ominous orb that hovers above it. But beyond that, you spend an evening night out with Gariel, reminiscing as she makes sure that you and your compatriots are okay, discussing the dark, ominous features of those that you came across and the vampire that she killed.
But you spend it with each other and each other's company, and you can stay as long or late as you want and head back whenever you want, whether it's tonight or in the morning.
It will be tonight. She's a good girl.
No funny business.
No funny business.
Leave room for Agma.
That's for Harold and Petunia.
Terrible.
Terrible. All right. Harold and Petunia, is there anything major that you wanted to do for the rest of the night other than just spending time with each other? Okay.
No, I will play music in the tavern. Actually, I will send a message to the music guy from the store that I'm going to be playing that night so that he can actually come out and hear me play.
Okay.
And you send the message out, and do you give a time? Do you give anything like that?
Yeah. I'll be like, it's probably starting around 6-ish or 7-ish. I'll be playing, and I'll play until I'm tired.
Okay, at 5:30 he shows up.
Oh my god! I guess I better roll a performance check to see if I blow his socks off again. Oh man, I'm praying for the 20, but I'll be happy if I get anything above a. Oh my god, I'm 1 away from a 20, so it's a 30.
Ah, would you roll 5?
I rolled a 19, so that makes the total 30. So I will put on one hell of a performance. And in fact, I will play Petunia's favorite song as the finale.
Okay.
Oh,
Awesome.
He gives you 27 gold.
Okay, wow. Knowing that he would be more offended if I didn't take it than if I didn't, then I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
I will of course be like, no, I couldn't possibly. And then when he's like, no,
I insist.
Well, if you insist, it's a great honor for me to play.
What was that last song? I've never heard of it. It's beautiful.
What is the actual song, Ray?
The Wind in the South Sea.
The Wind in the South Sea. It's one of my new favorites.
It's about a water ganassi and an air ganassi that fall in love. I've been told that it's based off of a true story, but I really don't know really how, you know how stories go.
I'll have to look into it. I might have my harp start playing it within my shop.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
it's a lovely song.
by the end of it, you actually notice that like the entire tavern has stopped to watch this performance, as you notice that Sky has actually begun dancing in his silks to the movements and crescendo of this performance on your accordion. And as you weave and move the, ethereal cards of the bellows that come and go kind of move against the sparkle of his outfit as he moves up and down the silks along when you play this.
And it's hard to say, but there are a couple of times where you believe that the magic that pours from your accordion creates another figure that dances alongside.
Oh my, don't make me cry. Oh my god. Wow, thank you. Yeah. Oh man.
As you're
Steal yourself.
As you're unsure if it is his brother or the other person within the song.
Oh man. That's awesome. Very cool. Thank you.
And as everyone finds their way eventually back for the evening, you can all take a long rest.
Yay!
Boy, I sure
horrific
needed it.
nightmares.
Sweet.
Does my HP go back up to its max?
Yes, your hit points that were reduced reset back to full after your long rest.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That is one of the only 2 ways that you can get rid of that.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know what the other one is. If I could, no, never mind. It'll be there. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. So as you all awake, have your breakfast, everybody kind of gets their morning rituals done. Say Petunia, you meet them in the morning for breakfast.
As for some reason there are no more deliveries for the rest of the week.
Is that odd, or does my boss explain?
He explains very slowly that there just hasn't been a surplus of in any of the deliveries that are being made or being just picked up. But there's just a slower number throughout the rest of the week. A lot of people are more, you can gather, probably spending their money getting ready for the 2 events at the end of the 10-day, being the Midsummer and Shield Meet.
Okay.
Seisha goes ahead in the morning and casts Find Steed.
Okay. Resummon Bernie.
Bernie 2.
Bernie 2.
Bernie 2.
Flaming Boogaloo.
Boogaloo. And she just snuggles him for a little while and scritches him. And I'm so sorry, sweetie.
It seems to have No recollection, no understanding of what you're saying or what you mean.
Yep. It's like talking to your dog. You still do it anyways.
Yeah.
Or slips looking down and smiling.
And while everyone is waiting in the common room discussing what your plans are for the rest of the day, there's a knock at the door.
Seisha goes and answers the door.
Harold seems a little nervous and turns to watch the door, like prepared to get up if he needs to.
And you open the door.
And I need a concept. No, I'm just kidding.
The
At least it wasn't wisdom.
the strawberry blonde, blue gorget or double, cloaked man.
Hi, Renair.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Come in.
And he comes in and he's more so looking at Ross.
But you also can see that there's like a sad look in his eyes.
You okay?
I'll let him speak first if he's got anything to say.
Comes in.
Looks around, closes the door, makes sure nobody else is around, and then kind of looks at Petunia.
Should I?
She's okay. We trust her.
Yeah, she's one of us. It's all right.
I mean, ultimately, it is his decision if he's not comfortable.
That's fine. I've been approached by my higher-ups, and due to the sensitive information about my position in the city and the stain my father left on my name in his wake, I have been stripped of my rank and position as a harper. The organization does not want to take the political heat of the people, and more specifically the masked lords that may make moves against the harpers due to the actions of the former open lord and my unfortunate blood ties to him.
That's just unfair.
Well, that's bullshit.
I have one more mission, and that is unfortunately only privy to anyone who is a harper or wishing to become a harper. I need to speak with in private.
Boss stands up and approaches Renair.
Hey, Petunia, you want to go look at the library with me?
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds like a good idea.
Let's go upstairs.
Absolutely.
V walks up and hugs Renair.
He'll hug you back and kind of just like pat your lower back, mid, like shoulder blade from where he can reach.
Okay. Yeah, true that. I always forget about that.
Jeez, man, I'm sorry.
I contacted
He looks to Voss before he continues.
I contacted you yesterday.
He'll reach in and hold the letter out.
As I apologize, I may have compromised 2 of your agents. While they have forgiven me for this, I don't believe in rank apologies. You know who I am. You know what I'm capable of. And I think I would be an excellent asset to your organization.
What?
I kneel my head. If you would give me the honor, I wish to join the Harpers.
Well, I think the timing's a little off.
I agree.
As I look over at Renair, and I'm like, I don't think I can make that decision. Oh.
Kind of see him contemplating, like he's kind of lost in thought for a second. Harold and V.
Uh-huh.
I was able to keep your exposed names from reaching the High Harpers. However, not all could be avoided.
He looks around for a second, makes his way towards the staircase and looks to see if Seisha and Petunia are actually gone.
I would imagine he can hear our voices echoing as we squee over books.
Okay, that's fine. As he comes back with a calm look on his face.
Although I have not been removed from the Harpers, I have been lowered in my rank and I am still a Harper. We will just have to work more covertly. I know you trust your friends, as his eyes fall to Voss, to have the best interests at heart with their intentions, but the Harpers cannot work in the shadows if we are brought into the exposing light. Harold, I have set up an investigator contact for you. He should be meeting you in the next coming 10 days. His name is Liam Gray. I think you two will get along well. To our new recruit, this means that you now work within a shadow organization built to fight back the monsters that dwell within all of Faerun. Only speak to each other in private and let no one know who you work for. We work in the shadows so others can live in the light. Freedom above all and for all. Remember this. Now, when you leave this room, act as if my performance is true, and I am no longer a Harper, but try not to bring too much suspicion from overplaying it or bringing too much attention to it. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. I just...
Voss. Your other organization, the Doom Raiders, Gavel and I, though we do not see eye to eye on some things, I believe their heart lies in the same path as we do. We both work in the shadows. I honestly believe that you will do good in the Harpers, because I know that there is light within your darkness, my friend. And he'll put his hand kind of on your shoulder and kind of give it a squeeze. We all make mistakes. Nobody in this world is perfect. There are consequences, however, to those mistakes. And all we can do is learn from those mistakes and build from those consequences.
I hope that this can at least help mitigate some of the mistakes that I have made.
Hey, guess what? Harold, V.
What?
You're his boss now.
Harold looks over at Voss and just kind of, is that so?
Well.
Yo, bright candles, and he is a new watcher. And you kind of get the look from Rainier Voss as this will suffice as an apology and make sure that this mistake probably never happens again. As he kind of gives you a wink.
Should we do our haughty laugh? I think this is suitable for that.
Oh, yeah, no, I think this is...
Okay, not too much. We don't want to milk it.
Oh, right, okay.
Remember,
well, I'm going
don't overplay it.
We won't.
V, let Harold do the talking.
Fine.
Welcome aboard, Voss. Really happy to have you.
And he'll...
I don't believe in half-assed apologies.
He'll call down to Petunia and Seisha. And as he does, where's Finley?
He is training somebody at the tower with the black staff, so she's going to be a little indisposed for a while.
I see. I understand. I know how Vajra can be, and she's in good hands.
It's good.
Yeah, I just have to figure out how to guilt them into playing, and then I'm going to run it.
Oh, is this that labyrinth thing again?
It's such a good idea.
I don't know. It's kind of dorky, isn't it?
Wait.
Excuse me.
It's the,
Labyrinths and Leviathans is not anything to scoff at, sir.
It's an
All
excellent
right.
team building exercise.
Is that role-playing game where
Yes,
you like
it is a
pretend to be
team-building
other people?
exercise that teaches you to expand your mind.
It's an improv
and
game.
You get to
I like
hone your
improv.
math skills.
Hmm.
And
My
say
math
math, that's gonna-
skills. Is there a system where I don't have to use math?
I'm pretty sure that Asmodeus brought that.
Oh, that's an old rumor. That's the Asmodeus panic. Everybody talks about that. It's not.
yeah, it's not real. That's just
Yeah, no. All right. You know what? If you ever get the rules down, you get all worked up, and I don't have to work too hard on making whatever person I am. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. As long as Voss tries it with me, and I elbow Voss and grin.
Voss thinks back for a second. This is that nerd game you tried to get me to play when I was in bed, right?
well, yeah, but now I actually have the rules for it.
It's
Yeah.
now we pretty much have to play it.
It's not a nerd game.
Is there like a list or something of things I can play? I don't know.
Yeah, I can make a character for you. But the best part is you get to use dice.
Well, we do love dice. I mean, V and I are dice experts, actually.
It's
in
true.
fact.
I am proficient.
Yeah.
with dice.
It's gonna be great.
Is there gambling in it?
I can put gambling in it. Yes.
Okay, I'm in then.
See, I'll run it, and I'll be
Can
the
we just-
labyrinth master.
I believe Renair is trying to say something.
Yes.
A labyrinth master.
Renair.
Sorry to interrupt this important conversation, but you have an important meeting to prepare for in about 2 hours with the Open Lord.
Aye.
So I should be getting out of your hair. Good luck, and don't be nervous. She may be the Open Lord, a chosen of Mystra, wife of Kelvin Arnson, but she is similar to you in many ways. She was once a harper and an adventurer. She is one of the most morally true people I have ever met, and she is trying to right the wrongs of my father and wants the best for this city and its people. So, if there is anything you would ever want to tell her to know, now would be your chance. She knows you are trying to do the same, and remember to tell her about the planned assassination you're involved in. Speaking of, I did uncover that Thordic Starbuckler will be attending the Castellanta Gala.
That could make things easier.
Or more
Excellent.
complicated.
She is.
Good.
She's one of the kindest people I've ever met, and I would give my life for her. I would not do that for many.
If she's good by you, she's good by us.
I have a few things that I need to finish wrapping up, but
Yeah.
I'll see you around the tavern within the week, and I'll see you for sure at the gala. I'm looking forward to it.
Renair, if there's anything we can do.
Yeah.
I just need to stay busy, and luckily I have the perfect place to keep myself occupied.
Oh, hey, do you think you could help me with something? I need to get Biblio back over here.
Ah, of course, yeah. I can absolutely get that taken care of. I'll have him over here before the end of the day today.
Thank you.
Of course.
You're
And
the
I'll see to it
best.
myself so that that it gets taken care of without anyone getting
Dying.
stuck
Yeah,
Yeah.
or eaten.
right.
It's heavy.
He's just a book, isn't he?
No, he's gotten bigger. He's a table now. Well, there's a book sitting on the table, but he's a table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're all very
Excited that
pleasantly
he's
surprised.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Yep. Sure
Don't
is.
mimic screw that fast. But
Maybe we should stop talking about this in front of us.
Maybe one day he'll be a house.
Maybe instead he will discover that he's getting too big and politely go down to a more manageable size. We don't know how this works. We aren't experts.
Sure, that sounds like something that monstrosity would do.
Boss, he's not a monstrosity. You just don't like him because he bit you because you tried to set him on fire.
I mean, he is sticky. which is pretty
He's my
monstrous in and of
sticky
itself.
boy. He's my sticky chunker.
Have we determined what he is yet?
He's a mimic.
Mimic? Okay. I was asking just the group in general.
Oh, yeah.
Surprisingly tame one,
Yeah.
evidently.
Hmm.
Right.
So, so V approaches Rhaenyra privately.
Yeah, he'll. You can head him as he's leaving. He's walking out. Heading.
Yeah.
You can walk
and-
out with him. He'll actually offer you his arm as he heads down.
Yeah. I'm so sorry this happened. I know how much being a part of the Harpers meant a lot to you. Is there anything I can do to help?
Dinner one night this week.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I would very much like that.
Okay.
And
And
as you continue down, he makes his way, flags a carriage.
okay. Just please don't. I know we're busy all the time and stuff and whatever, but like, just don't hesitate to let me know if you need anything or something.
Trust me, I will not hesitate at all.
Okay.
There's
know
no one
I'm-
I would rather have beside me in anything I do. And he'll kiss your hand.
And then I pull him in for a normal kiss.
As he smiles. I was trying to be all gentlemanly.
You don't need to be all formal. It's cool. It's chill. It's chill.
And he will go to his tippy toes to kiss you. And,
Yeah. She bends over.
Yep. But he will get into the carriage and smile and wave to you with a more chipper step to his, to him. And as you all head back to talk about the day, we're going to take a break.
Woo.
As we move into
Meeting with Laurel Silverhand, the Open Lord. Whatever
Oh
else.
my God.
Glad you're coming over today, Petunia. Guess
Yeah.
what? We're just gonna
Glad I
make one quick
brushed my
little stop.
hair.
We gotta make one quick stop, then we're getting toilet paper, then we're coming home.
Great.
Yeah, we just, quick stop off it with the Open Lord. It's nothing. It's fine.
It's fine.
Remind to everyone that hashtag Eldritch to win an Eldritch Foundry miniature and hashtag Beyond to win 2 sets of dice, the Blacksmith and the Archmage dice sets, which are super awesome.
Yep.
Archmage is probably my favorite. No, Mythic dice. Is my favorite. Archmage is second favorite.
It's so good. But we'll be back in about 20 minutes.
And we're back.
We're back.
And we're back.
All right. So the BFGs have trained people in the field ward, learned about the updates of the Harrow Dust infecting that ward. Voss has joined the Harpers.
Rhaenyra is no longer a Harper.
Yes, that's consequences for everyone being outed and his ties to the former Open Lord Degulf Neverember. Seisha has learned that the Watch are patrolling all of the temples under the command of Halaster Silphamine, the new Grand Sibilar.
Yep.
And Petunia is with them as they prepare themselves mentally to meet with the Open Lord Laurel.
And emotionally.
And emotionally.
As we make our way up and you all kind of gather, it's very shortly there. You all together, we hear another knock at the door.
I answer.
Seisha answers the door.
Super.
Popular today.
Wait,
Open
so
the door.
Seisha and Voss open the door?
I'd say if she gets to it first, I'm not going to fight her on that.
As you open the door, you see a small child, a young girl in oversized clothes with the courier bag of the city, and looks at me and goes, this is for my sister, Seisha Balispard.
Oh, okay, that's me.
Hands you a
I'll tip the girl 3 silver.
okay. It's a little smaller package. It looks like could be possibly 2 separate letters bound together.
It's a box.
A box.
Okay.
Oh right, it's a box. Yes,
It's
it's
a
a box. Just kidding. It's a box.
We'll open the box.
All right.
As you open it, you find a letter, and underneath the letter, you see resting on a velvet bed of like royal blues, similar akin to Finley's dress, a red gem that has a crack in it.
I'll take them both out and open the letter.
Okay. And as you open the envelope, there's actually another sealed envelope within it that has a seal, a wax seal on the back of it.
And you notice that that seal is the symbol of the moon stars.
Yep.
Oh, I know what this is.
Oh.
And I'll read the letter out loud.
Give us a second. I'll send it to you.
Oh, okay.
You can read it out loud.
I didn't know you had a sister.
Well, Venley, she's my sister.
Oh,
Not in
okay.
blood. Chosen.
Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta
Should
save
be
it.
in chat.
Open. Had to save it. Maybe. There it goes. My dear BFGs, I'm writing this not out of duty, but because I do not wish for any of you to concern yourselves with my safety. My absences from the manor will be extended beyond 2 days. I am uncertain of exactly how long I will be gone. I need to contemplate a few things alone for right now, but know that I am not abandoning you all and that I will return.
Okay.
I can never remember how to say her name.
Alpha Lead.
Alpha Lead and I will be staying at the Blackstaff Tower in the meantime, where I will be instructing her on manipulating the weave to her fullest potential. I have enclosed the letter meant for Laurel Silverhand. Please do not give it to her until after you have fully taken care of our business with her. I fear she will need time to process her emotions on the situation in private. Also take care to remember the phrase, whether near or far. It will prove the authenticity of the letter. Harold, I have also enclosed Orkira's ruby, and Seisha holds it out. I hope that if you all find yourselves in a bad situation, which we often do, that the ruby will prove itself pivotal to your survival in my absence. Finally, please know that I'm holding you all close to my heart during my meditations. May the sun and moon rise to meet you all, Benley Gallinodel. And should I just try to read this? I'm guessing it's in Elven, which I do know.
It's not.
It's
It's
not?
in Celestial.
Oh.
And it's
LM Sutkokan Su. What does it say?
It says, I will see you soon, my sister.
I was wondering where she was.
Oh, longer than 2 days. It feels. I know we've only been friends and all for like what, a month now, maybe 2.
2.
But it feels like weird not having her around.
She's doing important things.
And she's happy. That's what's most important.
And she loves us. She'll be back, and she'll have great stories to tell when she gets back.
Everyone needs a little bit of alone time.
Especially after the stuff we've been through. Jesus.
From what it sounds like, yeah.
Speaking of,
She's been through a lot. I mean, she's died twice.
Yeah,
Twice?
twice.
Yeah, she died again.
She'll be okay.
She's okay now.
Yeah,
Did
she's
do
in a
some
good
shopping.
place. She's doing something she loves. This is good. This is good.
You all need better protection.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Genuinely.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Better armor, better items, anything.
I'm
Potions.
not wearing armor.
You know, you would think that the armor would help, but they never come after me. It's like they think
because
I'm
they
well
know-
armored or something.
Well, because
Well-
they're gonna need a friggin' can opener to get at you, so they go and get everybody else so they can all crowd around you and plot and take a few days to figure out the heist to get the armor off.
Or some of you need. One of
Did
you
see
needs
my
to.
snaps? I got snaps.
Well,
Congratulations.
Now I can pop it off faster in case.
I mean, it makes sense to go for whoever looks the most vulnerable.
Yeah, I had a
does.
suit that was like that once, and needless to say, they didn't let me into that dance ever again.
Everyone, considering that we're going to be meeting the Open Lord in a couple of hours, there is something pertinent considering what happened last night we need to discuss and whether or not we're going to tell her. And I look at Petunia, and I look back at Harold, and I say, do you trust her with everything we've learned about your boss? Your former boss?
Oh, I told her already, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then. We have an opportunity to out Alberti Fraschetti, the Rose, to the Open Lord.
But by doing that, we admit that we can't mention what we know. So it's one of those things where it's like, we're in a weird place with that.
Why?
Just trust me. There's certain things that I know that.
It is because we know that this is pertinent for who else could hurt him.
We should only out his current position.
There are other ways to know things.
Here's the thing. If I could, but it's risky and almost it may be too much work worth it. I almost want to point the origin of the Red Wing to him.
Red Wing?
It's a little project I'm working on.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it. It's
maybe
we'll get there. Instead of doing something very, very complicated now, I think that mentioning that we know that he's the Xanathar is a good idea.
But based on what happened last night, the possibility of him coming after us is high, is it not?
He's going to come after me. That's an inevitability.
Then...
But I thought the last time you said he wouldn't come after you, he'd come after us to get at you.
I think he'll want to answer. I think he'll want answers before.
Oh.
I think that if he was going to come after everybody here, well, I guess we would see it today.
Harold, this is your call. You know this man better than any of us do. I would lean towards telling the Open Lord exactly what's up with him. But if you feel that this is not the correct course of action, I won't question.
I know that if we an out of play for Devin and Dustin, I know that if we mention even to the Open Lord that we know he's a masked lord, we're fucked, right? It's super legal.
You know, as per the code legal, that is considered treason, and treason is punishable by death. However, you are unsure as to what it might mean if you tell her all of the information involved.
Right.
So it's your choice.
Okay. And then I also know from my experiences dealing with the Rose and knowing him better than anybody else here that we would be boned if he found out. I mean, like, he would come after us with everything, as far as I know, correct?
I mean, with what you guys are talking about, that would be such a heavy blow. It would be literally like, it's big, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will respond. If we do this, he will put every ounce of power he has into finding out who did it and will come after us.
How would he know?
Find out that we went and met with her?
Yes. Or that we know anything about him in particular that might be harmful to him.
Because when we were asked who the Xanathar was, I said the Rose.
So Harold could have told us that.
But what I'm saying is they would know that we told.
My point is that I'm assuming we're going to Castle Waterdeep, correct?
It is not Castle Waterdeep. You are going to Pierre Gion's palace.
Okay, there's a multitude of reasons we could go there aside from a meeting with the Open Lord, right?
It's city official stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
Unless you're doing city official stuff as like a literal head of a guild, or if you are one of the mass lords, or if you are a magistrate, or
everything else is done through the castle warden.
or
So
through
we
those
just-
factions.
Or through those factions.
So we just leave it and hope he leaves us alone.
Do I think is there something I can roll to know whether or not I think the Rose is going to come after me after what we did, knowing that I was a part of it?
I can't. There's
My out of play gut says that there's going to be repercussions. So I say,
there's not a lot that we can give you, but
right.
100% go off of whatever your gut feels you.
Okay, so
you.
Yeah.
I will say I feel like there's a very good chance I'm going to have a talking to, if not a serious beatdown over what happened.
And we should avoid that, should we not?
Then don't go
Yes.
anywhere alone.
Yeah, that's a lot easier said than done, as we've learned
Every
the hard
time
way.
you've gone in a carriage alone, you get cornered by the Rose.
Yeah, it's funny how it's like he's almost always watching me.
Yeah.
Harold, do you want to do this or not? Last time I'll ask.
We have so much pressure on us right now, but we're not going to get another opportunity. If we do this, we're basically asking for people to come breaking down our doors.
It's never stopped them before. This is my argument, Harold. This is something we can do that's proactive. Action taken against one of them for once rather than waiting for them to make a move. But you know the man best. If you say no, I'll drop it right now.
Don't want to say no.
We might be able to get more city watch in the area. I mean, they're guarding the temples. Oh, yeah, by the way, all of the temples have been alerted about the murder, and the city watch has posted more guards around them, but there is someone missing.
Oh.
As for this Harbinger business, I wouldn't even know where to start. Beyond my realm and scope, this is your expertise, certainly, Seisha. Perhaps even yours, Petunia.
Far realms.
Possibly.
We have an opportunity to get powerful allies. If it means dealing a blow to the Rose, I think we should take the opportunity.
Then we'll risk it. Second order of business. The impending assassination of Thardik Starbuckler. We didn't really come up with a coherent plan yet, but I've had ideas on how we can do this without killing him.
Like what?
When I was in the market, originally Vindley had some sort of spell that could fake a death. Considering she may not be with us, I know for a fact there is a potion that can feign death. A strange, weird, caged goblin was selling it as he was throwing stuff at me from a roof. I hate that place so much. But in any case, there is a way to fake someone's demise. What's important, though, people need to see it. And the Winter's Wind is going to want a body. How accessible and easy resurrection was. They're going to want his body so that he cannot be brought back to life. And that's where we can set something up. The key will be to escape from the gala with his body. Now we'll need Harper assistance for this. But they already know, and if the Open Lord knows about it too, all the better.
I can help that. I can get us connections.
Excellent. Thoughts?
I think
This
it's
is
a good
just-
plan.
This is a baseline plan. The details haven't been worked out yet. I just want to make sure everybody's comfortable with what we're doing moving forward.
The only thing that I would say is I can't cast that spell, and I don't know anyone who can.
No, I'm going to follow us at some point in time today to procure that potion. If anyone in the city has it, they will.
How do we keep them from desecrating the body in a way that kills him?
Well, who are they?
Well, you said that they're going to want a body.
Well, we would bring the body in and then pull off the cover, and then Starbuckler's going to sit up and be like, "You want some coffee?" And then we're going to kick their asses. That's how that's going to work.
This is an ambush.
Yeah,
this is an ambush to dispose of the Winter's Wind at the end of the day.
Winter's... He seemed very powerful.
Aye. But he has something on us, and he needs to go. We're not ready to fight Manchun yet, and the Harpers will want to take out one of Manchun's top generals.
What does he have on us?
He knows that we were there. He knows that at least one of us is faking being Manchun.
Our disguises, or at least Harold's disguise, didn't hold up.
Oh.
So he knows. And let's be honest with ourselves, he's not exactly the nicest guy.
Well, sure, but I guess I'm just confused why that's such a big deal that he knows you were dressed up as Manchun.
We have a deal with Manchun that we wouldn't mess with any of his operations.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
No.
Impersonating him would do that.
Everything we've done has done that, and he knows we've done it.
I don't know why he hasn't told Manchun yet, but I believe him when he says he hasn't.
I think the reason why he hasn't is because he wants to keep using us, and he knows that the moment he tells exactly what he knows, he's a dead man for us. We're going to take him out.
There it is.
So he's holding on to this as leverage to keep us as long as he can, dangling us over the edge. We got to use that against him.
What's most important here is that instead of our group specifically taking the heat, the Harpers will. And the Harpers are already at war with Manchun, so it makes no difference.
Yeah.
Agree with that.
So, the baseline for the plan is to get Thardak Starbuckler out of the gala. Now that leaves is to get Thardak Starbuckler out of the gala. Get his body alive and make sure that we specifically are not implicated in it. It's a lot, I know.
No, it's doable. It's doable.
Plotting out false assassinations are never simple.
I think if we tell the Open Lord what we're planning, it would help a lot.
I agree.
Is it possible? I can't believe I'm going to suggest this, but if we can get the Open Lord's assistance in it. I once read in a book, it was a mystery, where something similar was being done, a false assassination, and they simply used a body that looked close enough. But it was still dead.
So you want us to kill a lookalike?
That's not what I suggested.
What?
Well, we should dig up a lookalike body?
I am acknowledging that your hand is being raised, Seisha.
Okay, so we make it look like he died in a fire, and we get a corpse of somebody who's already dead
A fire?
that was burned so that they're charred, and then we hand that body over.
Well, how are we going to sneak
Where's
a
the
body?
paper? I can look up obituaries.
No, but how are we going to sneak in a body into a gala? What? We're going to put sunglasses on his head and make him dance when the music comes on?
Okay,
That sounds
it was
so
a bad
fun.
idea.
We just
Never
do a
mind.
switcheroo.
Everyone, good brainstorming. There's one thing wrong with this. The Winter's Wind is going to expect us to try to kill him. It needs to be something that only he knows that he would recognize. And I pull out my mask, which I wore in my meeting with him. I need to be the one to strike the finishing blow. It's distinct, it'll be noticed, and the Winter's Wind will think we've killed him. That way, when we say we want to meet up to get the body, he'll know we have it.
Us?
Yes?
It might... If we're going to go through with this, it might be better if the one who strikes the blow is arrested and the rest of us get out.
Maybe. Assuming we can dispose of the cops as Harpers, that might be useful.
So one of us who hasn't been arrested multiple times maybe should be the one to land it.
Someone else could wear your mask.
This, I think, is specially made for my face, probably.
Talking about the one that Nim made?
Yeah.
Others can wear it.
Okay. Give it a thought, then. All right. Let's test this out, then. Are we all in agreement that the assassination has to take place at the gala, though?
I think it almost has to. Or at least...
How long do we have?
We have until the gala.
So a few days.
Few days. It's more than ample time to plan things out.
Yeah.
We've done crazier heists, really, if we're being honest with ourselves.
Have we done any?
You have.
This isn't the first time we've done body swapping or stealing.
It's true.
Sorry, Petunia, you're learning a lot about me.
Us.
Yeah.
Technically stole a book once.
You know what?
And really, honestly, the fact that you aren't just behind bars is a crime against humanity, if we're being honest with ourselves.
You're basically one of us.
And yeah, now there's no going back. You're a criminal just like the rest of us.
It all starts with a book.
That's how it always starts.
It escalates from there. Look at
Yep.
Seisha.
You're an accessory.
You're an accessory to murder, yes.
Look at you.
I
I
step
punched Petunia in the arm. Look,
I guess
moving up in
fake
the world.
attempted murder,
I
really.
suppose so.
Is there anything else we should talk with the Open Lord with?
I mean, the stone. The stone.
Thing I'm not supposed to know about?
Wait.
The last time you mentioned a stone.
I'm aware of that. At
Wait.
this point, look, if we're gonna have this meeting and Petunia's gonna be there, which I'm assuming Petunia's gonna be there. You want to meet the Open Lord? I'm assuming Petunia's gonna be there. And if we're gonna have this meeting with Petunia there, then we might as well.
Seisha.
See how Seisha's smiling? Like she's really, really uncomfortable? That should give you an idea of the gravitas around this rock.
Considering what I've learned in the past 12 hours, I'm not entirely surprised.
Yeah.
So you hear
And see, with your new passive perception, something moving just outside one of the glass pane windows. And you know that you are on the second story, and it looks small. It could be nothing more than a bird, but it looked green to you.
So she's gonna go over to the door, or actually to the window she saw it in, and just peek out.
I put a hand on a knife.
And you see slithering on the windowsill is a winged serpent with a note tied around it.
She will open the window.
And it bows up like a cobra, and it spreads out its wings real wide as it opens its mouth, but does not seem to attack you.
She'll take the note.
Okay. And slowly close the window.
takes off and flies away.
Flip it off
Is
as
it
it
addressed to anyone?
It is not addressed to anyone, but as you unroll the parchment, you see that it is watermarked with the obvious symbol of Manchun.
Uh-oh.
This is from Manchun.
What does it say? What does it say? What does it say?
I will read it aloud.
There is two.
Yeah.
So it unrolls to two pieces of parchment. The first one is a missive. The second is what appears to be a map of Waterdeep, like of some of the streets, and there is obvious like a route traced out in like red ink.
Okay.
And I'll send that to you once you're done reading the letter.
Okie dokie. Did you send me the letter?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, there it is. We have evidence that one of our members was a turncoat through communing through the corpses left in the field ward. As you were present for, there is something of great importance for His Eminence. If you find any information, or more importantly, retrieve this item, you will be greatly rewarded. There was heavy evidence left by the new Xanathar, but we have reason to believe it could also be tied to a faction claimed in the name of another Manshoon that bears the mark of red-winged serpent. I believe our allegiances could be most beneficial.
That.
There's a map!
Say what?
And it's a map of Tharduck Starbuckler's known routes.
And as in the parchment itself is cold to the touch.
This is cold. I think it's from the winter wind. Isn't that what you call him?
Winter's Wind, yeah.
This is good. In a way.
Well, it guarantees that they have no idea we were involved, at least on Manshoon's side.
Agreed, and it could potentially restart the gang war.
It's definitely a step in the right direction. We're tying them up with each other again.
They
Good.
know we were there.
They know we were there, but...
I think that was my mistake. I'm really sorry.
No, that reference is I know you were there for the mission briefing, not I know you were there at...
got it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, never mind then. I take it back.
Steps in a positive direction, then. Anything else anyone needs to do beforehand, too?
Don't
Not...
have any deliveries.
Oh, sweet.
But Harold, they think there's another, he specifically says, another Manshin that bears the mark of a red-winged serpent.
It's working.
It's working.
Bearing fruit, then.
Oh, now we just gotta figure out what the next step is. Well, we know what the next step is. We gotta talk to the Open Lord.
Aye.
All right.
I'm ready if you all are.
Oh, I don't know if I am, but
Yeah,
you know.
I now that we're like it's about to happen, and I'm like,
Remember, no mentioning a beer until we finish talking about everything else.
right. No mentioning a beer.
Who wants to break that news?
I think we should save it to the end and let Seisha do it.
I'll do it.
And I'm just throwing it out there because I feel like it's important that we all are on the same page. What's our thoughts on me bringing up the pants? Because she should probably know they're out there, ration people up. It's bad news for everybody. The whole city could be in trouble.
Harold.
You put
Harold,
that in.
I think we leave that for the next meeting with her. We're going to cover a lot already.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. This is probably, it probably goes like Xanathar, pants Manshoon, and we'll just leave the pants out. It's just going to really...
Yeah, it's a good call. I mean, they're important. They are important, but
You hold these
it's a
pants in
rash
high esteem.
versus wiping out.
Harold, have you ever just considered a kilt?
I hadn't until now. I'm going to have to make a stop on the way back.
Oh no.
Created a
we're
roadster.
Oh no.
I'm going to assume I don't have necessarily time to do anything else before this meeting and just wait and then head off when it's about time.
Yep. Okay. So we're going pantsless. And,
God.
One of us is going pantsless.
On the way back, not on the way there. I'm not going to try my first kilt on in front of the Open Lord. What do you think? Can we tear on the legs? What do you think?
I mean, maybe.
All right. So, you all make your way west down Waterdeep Way towards the most prominent landmark in the City of Splendors, Mount Waterdeep. Resting at the base of its cliffs, at the end of the road are two massive, awe-inspiring buildings. Closest to you is the single black wizarding tower of Agueron, the first Open Lord of Waterdeep. As you approach the tower, it starts to see You start to see the glowing, swirling, interlocking, circular sigils of arcane script and magical barriers that surround it. You see a few kids throwing stones and using a crudely fashioned together extension of sticks on the north side, where you see them trying to rearrange the horrifying visions of a skeleton, frozen and petrified mid-air, floating in place around the magical barriers protecting the tower from those that try to seize the old wizard and first open lord's magic and treasure.
Is this the one that Gariel tried to get me to poke?
Yep.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Seisha kind of blushes a little.
Just beyond the tower is a glorious palace carved from pure white marble. As you see a couple of guards making their way towards the Agueron's tower and shoo away the kids messing around with the magics that are left behind eons before. But in this white marble palace are 8 spire towers, each towards the heavens, now bathed in the golden glowing light of the morning sunlight. You see that the marvelous chateau is heavily guarded at the gate, and along each of the towering walls, countless officials walk to and fro with purpose, some high members of the watch and guard, city clerks, guild masters, and something else you've never seen before. 3 figures stand conversing with an entourage of city guards surrounding them. They all look to be just under 6 feet in height and average build. But other than that, you see no other discernible features, as no inch of their skin is showing. Their face veiled behind a beautifully crafted, silver-embellished, ornate iron mask. Their heavy flowing robes covered in intricately textured textile layered silks that hide their form as they seem to glide across the ground without a cadence or a footprint to their stride.
Divine sense?
Nope.
Okay.
People can roll history on it.
Yeah.
Ew.
Sure.
The DC for Water Davians is lower.
Oh. I would love to let someone else then.
Oh, you totally can.
I mean, I'll do it.
Yeah,
24.
Yeah, not me. I got an 11.
I got a 15.
15, even Seisha, you know what these are.
Yep.
Voss, you don't know, at least not in visual. You know them of reputation.
Yep. Petunia, you instantly recognize what these are. These are masked lords.
How many are there?
3.
There are 3 right here, and they are surrounded by guard.
Do I automatically know what these are just by seeing them?
No.
No, because they're not known. Like they don't go out in public wearing.
Right, absolutely. And what? Oh man, that's bad. Okay.
Are we? How far away are we from them?
Seisha reaches over and grabs Voss's wrist. Those are masked lords.
Harold, would Harold hear that?
She'd whisper it loud enough to not be heard by them.
Right.
For the group to hear.
Harold shares a look with Voss and then looks back and like looking right at the masked lords, like knowing that at any moment one of them could be.
I look at them and then just turn inwardly and nod at Seisha. Thank her for the information, but otherwise I make no acknowledgement of their presence.
And to answer your question, Petunia, they're about 100 feet away.
Okay, so not really within earshot.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You also, Petunia, know a little bit of history about Pierre Jean's palace. It's built in the year of the Smoky Mountain, 1287 DR. The Smoky Moon, not mountain. I'm just adding letters to that word. Smoky Moon, 1287 DR. The White Marble Palace of Waterdeep, still sometimes known as Pierre Jean's Palace, stands as a shining symbol of the Lord's rule, unblemished by corruption. The palace is the main office location for many city officials, the majority of which are dedicated to the administration of city services. The Lord's Court meets in a large chamber on the second floor. There are also embassies here from many other countries and cities, with some said to have permanent arcane ritual portals linking the two. You also know that the Open Lord's lodgings occupy the two northern towers of the northern wing of the palace. Also in the northern wing are various guest quarters for visiting dignitaries without a separate embassy in the city.
It really is an architectural marvel.
Amazing. I mean, the amount
maybe one day I'll be wearing a mask here. Do something about this pants problem in town.
Bad things happen when you wear masks.
No.
So what are you guys doing?
Heading towards the doors.
Do we know where she is in this place?
Nope.
I
Look at the Open Lord. You seen her? Is she round? Like she
There
got...
will be a place to check in. Let's go this way. It's bureaucracy.
I look for a place to check in.
There's a main gate.
Yep.
Head not direct. Follow Seisha. Let her take lead.
Okay.
I imagine she's already led. Already leading.
All right, you all pass through the main gate. You're greeted by the palace guard, who asks you to state your name and your business. And after checking an itinerary guest list, you are searched more thoroughly than you have ever been before, almost to the point of annoyance. But you notice you are not the only ones being frisked. All of you get the feeling of being watched and feel the presence of someone openly searching your surface thoughts of your mind. What does everyone have on them, and what are you thinking?
Let's start with Seisha.
I have a longsword. I have my sentinel shield. I have a dagger, and I have a mace.
Okay.
Those are the weapons I have on me. And surface thoughts are, oh my gosh, we're gonna go meet the Open Lord. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Those are all taken from you. They're
Okay.
all recorded and stored in a stronghold within the gate.
Oh, I do also have my plate armor on.
They allow you to keep your plate armor after thoroughly searching to make sure nothing is hidden within it.
Yep.
Are there any magical aspects that you have on you, anything like that? I know you have your necklace of Agma, which you are allowed to keep, or anything like that. Just
Double checking. I don't think, oh God, okay. I'm just gonna hand them my pouches because
Okay.
I don't want them actually going through my pouches.
okay, and that's fine. If you willingly hand it over, they do not search.
Yeah.
Let's see, Harold.
Oh God, a lot. They find a book of lullabies. They find, but it's magical, so I give it to them. I take off my hat, and I
Okay.
give it to them. The accordion, I give them both halves, and I warn them very, very carefully not to play it. Mostly because I don't want them to get it out of tune, not because it's dangerous. The elemental gem, I give them that. I give them my rod. I give them. I guess the dagger I have to give them, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, I give it to them. What else? I have a long sword that I hand them. No, I don't actually. I don't actually have a long sword. I have one on my sheet so that I can actually roll it. I point to my leg and say, "It's coming with me. I'm sorry, but it's not dangerous."
They will thoroughly inspect it, and you actually watch as one of them comes over, waves. You see magic appear around their hand as they cast Identify on the leg,
Okay.
and they nod. You see them look back and nod.
As there is no like hidden blades built into it or anything like that.
Okay. When they start reading my thoughts, I'm thinking to myself, well, didn't see myself in this position a year or so back. And then as soon as I realize somebody's reading my thoughts, I'm like, oh my God, oh no, someone's reading my thoughts. Okay, whatever you do, Don't think about a giraffe in a suit. Damn it, already did it. Oh crap, I look so fucking stupid right now. I'm supposed to be meeting the Overlord, and I'm over supposed to be Open Lord. I'm over here thinking about giraffes in suits. Fuck, I'm doing it again. I'm literally thinking about myself riding a giraffe in a suit, and I know this guy's sitting over there watching me, and sweat's beading on his forehead as he's making eye contact with the guy who's searching his mind. It's like, oh fuck, Jesus Christ. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't stop. This is all I can think about now. And that's what I think.
Oh my god. It is all taken. It is just like Sasha, it is put into a chest.
Yep.
It is marked. It is arcanely locked. That is something that you see happen. Petunia.
She has her brand new Elder Cartographer's Glossary. She's got her arcane focus. She's got a regular book. She's got her dagger, ink pen, bag of sand, parchment, a knife, a spell book. She'll hand her bag over.
Okay. Yep. All of your...
But she will take her autograph book out of her bag.
They look through it and they just hand it to you. There's no eye contact. There's no judgment. There's nothing. They look through it, notice that it's not a spell book or anything like that, hand it back to you. You actually watch as someone identifies it, or cast detect magic to make sure it's not magical.
They do take your quill though.
Yep, your quill is taken.
Yeah.
Your and your spell book, all your component pouches, everything is taken.
V. Oh, sorry, Petunia. What are your surface thoughts?
I wonder if she'll sign the book. I really hope she signs the book. I hope it's not stupid to ask her to sign the book. Oh, I really hope she signs my book.
Okay. V.
Okay, so I have my long sword and javelins and pocket sand.
Okay.
Do they take the pocket sand?
Oh,
they
yeah.
can magic inspect it. I just
they
don't
take
have
it.
it.
Nope,
But
they take it.
They still take it.
Okay. And and so her surface thoughts is she has this really annoying song stuck in her head that she can't get out. And so she's just kind of like, God, this is such an inappropriate time for that to be stuck in your head. I'm supposed to be worried about all this stuff. And na. Hey, girl, you're looking fine. Love. What's the next line? I don't remember. I hate having songs stuck in my head where I can't remember the next line, but this happens every time. That kind of rhymed. I can make that part of the song. Maybe I should ask Harold about it. Maybe I could help him write songs. Does Harold write songs or just learn other songs? No, he writes songs. He has to.
And as magic washes over you, they say, excuse me, ma'am, you mind opening your pockets?
Oh! This dress does have pockets, yes.
You want to see too, they're pretty nice.
Do you have anything in your pockets? I don't think you do.
No, I put my pocket sand in there at one point.
Yeah, so...
Yep.
I don't think I have anything in my pockets.
Just so you know, they're going to ask for your
I
lantern.
think I have a mood ring.
So they're going to ask for your lantern. They're going to take your amulet. They're going to take the fetish that Bentley gave you. They're going to take your Bahir blade, and they're going to ask for your boots.
My boots? But I need shoes.
They give you shoes to replace those. They're just easily slip-on boots. You know, they have like a wool lining and a suede outside.
Yep.
They're not very
Just
fast.
for a few minutes, V.
Fine.
They check all of your pockets on your dress, and they take your hand axes, all of your weapons, your bag of sand, everything that you have on you, they take.
V says to them, wait, are these boots dangerous?
No response.
Because if they are, I don't know about that because I just got them. They're brand new.
They don't question you or anything. They're just they hand you the boots. They take all of your other stuff, put it into a larger chest, close it.
Now V is thinking about how she might be unknowingly wearing dangerous boots and not realize it, and is worried about that.
Okay, and boss.
It's gonna take a while. They want everything dangerous on me.
Yep.
So I give them 7 daggers, 2 rapiers, my whip. The only magical items I have on me are the ointment and the lantern. I assume they'll want those.
Yep.
They probably won't let me walk around with. Hopefully, they don't recognize me just having poison around. But I'll put that with the health potions to make it seem like it's of the same kind.
So they're pretty much going to take your pack.
Okay, yeah, that's probably easier.
They're going to take all your rope, your grappling hook, all of your climber's kits, pretty much everything that could be used in there to maneuver around. They're going to take everything, your crossbow, and I'm assuming your like everything.
It's that scene where people are, he's like a good 2 minutes just pulling things out of nowhere, and everyone's like, where is he? How did he?
Do they take the bracer I got that has the hidden dagger on it? Would they recognize it?
They are going to search. You can roll a stealth check.
Okay. Do I get any advantage or anything?
You do have advantage on it because of that's what the bracer is made for.
Yep. Woohoo! 25.
They do not.
I keep it on then. No ill intention in my mind. I'm obviously not going to attack the open lord. I just wanted to see if they'd recognize it or not. That's it.
Yep. Nope. They do not. They check it over. They feel it. They look around.
Do they take the garrote wire?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, they know what that's for. Okay.
Wait, they're taking everything dangerous. Do they take our boss?
Yeah, they just throw Voss in a chest, and you can have him back when you leave.
Yeah, you can pick him up when you leave.
They have 5 bags of caltrips too.
Yeah, all of it. They got it. But
I'm just gonna assume that you have everything in your pack, and they'll
that's the easiest way to do this. Yeah. So many sharp things.
And what are your surface thoughts?
I hope the bounty for Xanathar is really high because I need to pay back that fat bastard by the end of the month.
Awesome.
That's good.
All right. So as everyone is thoroughly searched, items taken, you're given a ticket to get your stuff back, and
you are then escorted through the main courtyard and into the main entry hall by a few guards that surround you. Where you're all surrounded by an echoing room of pure white polished marble. It is nearly empty as it glistens in the arcane white light illuminating the entirety of the space. The only thing inside besides you and the guard are the long seated cushioned pew-like benches along the walls. Carved into the likeness of seated lions are massive pillars that hold up the upper floors of the palace. And in an adjacent room, you see a scale model of the entire city, building by building, set on a huge white stone table enclosed and protected by glass, larger than the ones that you've seen in Vajra's private study.
You follow the guardsmen up a series of stairs that lead up and across long halls that look down into more large open rooms where you see more masked and robed figures matching the 3 you saw outside previously. Heading towards the northern wing of the palace, you pass by many embassy holding rooms that stretch all across Faerun. You eventually are elevated up a flight of stairs of one of the main towers on a magical carpet similar to the one you saw on Abir, marked with the same symbol of the moonstars. Etched into the polished, deep black adamantine metal door is the face that matches the man on the golden dragon coin of Waterdeep, the first open lord, Agueron.
The guard knocks and await confirmation before opening the door into a large, bright, opulent office. A tall, domed marble building with an oculus opening that pours in bright sunlight illuminates the multiple Corinthian half-pillars that surround the room. Even through the light of the day you see pouring in, there's a shimmering, iridescent aurora borealis of silvery weaving magic that floats above the room. In between the pillars are small niches adorned with marble busts of each of the 7 open lords. Although he is not removed, you see the sculpt of Dagult Neverember that looks to be carved with a stone veil covering his face. At a beautiful, ornate, dark hardwood desk is a hauntingly gorgeous but stern-looking woman with silky silver hair braided into a halo crown. She toils away at countless papers that she magically files away into separate piles as they float off her desk. Behind her, on a pedestal, is a blue glowing axe that you recognize as Azure Edge. And she stands to acknowledge your presence and greet you, where you see the immaculately ornate, brilliant white and gold arcane robes of the Archmage as she addresses the gods.
Thank you for your service, but you're dismissed. You can wait outside.
The guards nod with a slight bow and walk outside the room and close it behind them.
It has been some time since we last spoke. You seem to hold favor with some very powerful people. Allow me to hopefully be among them. Welcome to Agueron's palace. Please make yourselves comfortable.
With a wave of her hand, a set of cushioned chairs materialize into the room, waiting for you to sit.
I will casually go
They
to
should
sit.
sit.
Yeah, I sit.
Like on the edge of the seat. Perfect posture.
He sits pretty comfortably.
Petunia will hop up and sit like really close to Harold.
Yep.
And like instinctively kind of like nervously grab his hand. Like you can tell she's really, really nervous. She's clutching her book in her other hand.
He looks real confident, but she can feel his palms are sweating.
Oh.
He's weak, arms are heavy.
Yeah.
I sit.
lasagna.
Thank you
Mom's
for
lasagna.
joining me. I have been informed and have confirmed your involvement with relieving the city from the being caught within the eye of the former Xanathar. Even though another has already taken the aberration's place, there has been a drastic decline in roguish activity plaguing the city, at least from the Xanathar side, as you have forced them into hiding into the shadows of Skullcourt. This is a feat worthy of more, and I would like to reward you regardless. Firstly, take these seals of the Open Lord, and you will have free access to all city transportation, as well as free amenities to any tavern within the city or its Commonwealth towns, including Rassalanter and Emphail. Secondly, I offer you one favor as the Open Lord, but only one, to be used at any time. This is not something to be given lightly, but it is something, barring criminal activity performed by my person, that will not be refused. Lastly, I know what it means to be an adventurer. I know there are things that will help you, aid in your future endeavors. I have the ability to conjure one magical item for your group from a select list I have available.
And with a wave of her hand, you see this ethereal glow of a couple of things appear before you. Not solid, but kind of like a magical hologram. You see a couple of amulets, you see a couple of bracers, weapons, a little, an armor or two, a backpack, a horn, and a few rings, a small staff that looks more like a large wand, and another wand as well as a set of dice. I will send you what those are, and you can discuss amongst yourselves.
If there's something in there that could help keep Venley alive.
I was gonna say that.
The amulet of health.
Two things, technically.
But feel free to look through. Feel free to read them out loud for the audience, so we don't sit here and with dead space.
Oh yeah, sorry. So there's
It's
the
okay.
ring of protection.
Wait, I think we are we going to read them from
Amulet
the top?
of health. Bracers of defense. Corpse Slayer Longsword, Elven Chain, Flame Tongue Dagger, Handy Haversack, Horn of Blasting, Ring of Protection, Ring of
Blasting.
Story, Ring of Fire Resistance, Staff of Healing, Wand of the War Mage, Quick Change Ring, Diviner's Dice.
And she is offering you one as a whole, not one each.
Ah, damn.
I think
That would be awesome.
I thought it was one.
As I mean, on an out-of-play level, as a bard player, I'm like, Diviner's Dice is pretty sick.
I know, right?
That Staff of Healing, though, y'all.
That's probably what we'll have to end up going with.
Yeah.
Can anyone use these?
Yes.
Anybody can use anything except for the Staff of Healing. Only a bard, cleric, or druid can use them.
Well, Harold,
I look at Harold.
Oh.
do you want a Staff of
Or a
Healing
rupee.
to help keep Vinley alive?
Keep you all alive.
I do. However, as someone who needs both hands for his accordion,
Oh, that's fair.
this could pose a problem. It could be that I keep it on my back, and when I need it, I pop it out and use it. Right?
Or we use the Diviner Dice against people when they attack Venley.
How many times can we use that a day?
It's once a day.
Once per day? Okay.
2d6 to any roll, though, is just...
No. 2 separate D6.
Oh, okay, so wait.
So it's
What?
like a
Cutting words?
inspiration. Yeah, it's like a cutting words.
Okay. So we can use 1d6 and then another
1d6
d6?
to mess with one roll, and then another d6 to mess with another roll once
Correct.
per day.
It's
Gotcha.
3d6. You roll 3d6, and you have
3 uses.
it's basically 3 uses. You use your reaction to basically
Gotcha.
cutting words.
You wrote down 2 though, so I guess it's
Yeah, I
fine.
know.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It'd be redundant for you to have that, Harold, if we were going to take that
Yeah.
to somebody else.
Yeah.
I talk shit really well.
Well,
And that or the Amulet of Health for her.
That,
there's the Amulet of Health. There's also
If we
the
give her
Ring
the
of Protection.
I think the Amulet of Health is stronger in the long run, because
But-
it makes her just hardy, like, on a level that is, like, as hardy as you. You know,
Oh. Right, but I just can't help but feel like
As she gets stronger, the effect of the ring will get stronger too.
not the ring, but the amulet, rather.
The amulet, yes.
Because that's the thing. The bracers are going to be plus. They're going to be a little bit forever, but that amulet is going to really
Snowball.
long.
I just
think-
noticed that the Ring of Protection is also can help with other traits, but
Is
That's
the
true.
amulet of Health a permanent bonus as long as you're wearing it?
As long as you're
Okay.
wearing
I mean, I could wear that until we get her back, and then I'd switch it off to her.
Sure.
okay, that's
The only reason I say that is because, and I don't take this in play as Harold explaining, but Ethan is like, +1 is pretty okay, but inevitably you're going to fail, and when you fail, you need cushion, and Amulet
know,
of Health
I
gives
just-
a lot of cushion in case you do fail. Because we have lots of ways to prevent people failing, but we
I
don't have
just-
a lot of ways to keep her alive.
Speaking out of character, I just feel like it's not often she has to roll con saves or anything like that.
No, this is your con score. So this
This
for constitution.
This will just make her health tremendously bigger.
Oh, okay. Well then that's fine.
Yeah.
It's +4.
In that case, yeah, just go for the Amulet of Health. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's just making sure you understood. So it's like I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I think mathematically it works out better this way.
Yeah.
And then Harold says something like, "I just think blah, 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 Amulet of Health is nice. It looks nice. It'll look good."
And she looks to you and asks for confirmation, as this is your choice.
We all, I think.
Yes.
Yep.
This is
And
the
we
thing.
give
This
it
is
to
that's
boss.
the
Boss
one.
holds on to it until she's back, and then we hand it over to her.
Yeah.
And she reaches out, touching the magic, and it forms in her hand as you see a golden chain holding a golden medallion of hands clasping the sun. And Laurel hands it to you.
I take it.
Is there anyone else I should be made aware of that aided in this endeavor that is not currently present?
Henry
Renere.
Galanodal.
Renere Never Ember. Thinking back, who else that we would know?
Whoever you remember.
I'm not naming the Doom Raiders.
I mean, doesn't one of us have perfect memory?
She's asking
Keen
about
mind?
taking out
Yeah.
Xanathar, right?
This was
I
the
was-
killing Gentar.
I was possessed for a short period of time. That might screw with me a little bit.
No, I can
No.
name the
That was it.
there were members of the Harpers that I know how to play, right? Like Twinbeard and. Am I wrong?
Oh, you're talking about that. I mean, yeah, if you want to include them.
This was the fight. This was the fight where we took out the Xanathar. That's what she's asking about, right?
That is true. But
But if you want to talk about bringing the layer down, that's also a pretty big feat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'll be like, I'll mention my cohorts in the Harpers that I won't mention that they're Harpers. I'm just be like, hey, these guys helped us bring down the actual base.
I'll mention Kuzima.
Yeah, Kazima. Yeah. I guess I know, thinking that I can't lie to her. I'm like,
Oh,
well, there's also Averyn, and then there's also oh my gosh, I can't think of Megan's character's name right off the top of my head. It's hard to pronounce. Sophia's, that's it.
Okay.
And Sophia's,
I will mention the frontline fighters, as they could probably actually use a favor from the Open Lord way more than most people could.
Okay.
this is true. So yeah, we'll make a big list basically. I'll write it down for her in very elegant handwriting because of course we must be very fancy here.
Mhm.
And then I will give her the list of those names.
Yep. And you are assured that these people will all get the benefit of the city, not the
Right.
benefit of the favor.
Oh, and Salazar also is on that list.
Did Salazar help us?
It doesn't matter.
Salazar's on the list. All right, look,
Okay.
I'm putting Salazar on the list.
It doesn't matter. He's a good boy.
He's one of us. He's a BFG. He gets on the
The
list.
goodest boy.
I will let you know you're probably right that you can't lie to her. Salazar was there.
Oh, rock on. Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. He was
Salazar
there.
was there. Okay.
Salazar was there.
Do we also write Sally?
Salazar.
Sally was not there.
What was the
I mean,
name?
she was
of
on the
the,
mantle.
what was the name of the thing that gives us access to the city transportation and all that?
Oh, the seal of the Open Lord.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Harold is just blown away as he's like thinking about what a favor from the Open Lord could, like, what even
That-
would that be?
The favor is one for all of us, not one for each of us.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah,
That-
just making
that-
sure.
Yeah,
Definitely
but
reinstated that this is not something to be given lightly, but it is also something that will not be refused as long as it is not
Criminal.
criminal for her to do.
right.
My informants also tell me that you have been doing work. You have been doing works of charity in the field world, even creating a small garrison of people to help patrols similar to the Watch. I am curious. What are your plans with the field world?
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, dude. You spoke first.
I think our plans are to see, and I, of course, mean no disrespect to you or anybody else, and I know these are complicated matters, but we see the field ward as people that need help. And when I look around the city, I am a little sad for them sometimes because it feels like they are in a bad position. And so we took it upon ourselves to kind of try to elevate their position and help them kind of take care of themselves. And I think ultimately our goal would be one day, pie in the sky. We'd love to see them be a part of the city.
Our goal, per se, and I'll agree with my companion here, we want to give them a sense that they are improving and turning the community into something new, that their endeavors mean something, and to also give them a sense of hope give them the ability to know that they too can protect even what little they have, and perhaps turn it into something greater.
We want to see them thrive and flourish.
They deserve it. And everybody deserves it.
You see her wait for the other two to respond. Petunia and V.
I personally am not as involved in the field ward as them. But they're doing a lot of good work and they're making a difference. And the people in the field ward they deserve to be part of the city just as much as anyone else. Doesn't matter how much they have in their pocket. In my opinion, humbly.
Personally, I believe that, everyone has the right to be educated, and that I feel like when we have an area that is undereducated and then we punish them for being undereducated, it's not fair. And I want to help fix that because I don't see how continuing to treat a ward of the city like that is beneficial to anybody.
I couldn't agree more, and has been something that I have been trying to do since I took feet in this. However, sadly, the money stolen and sequestered by the former corrupt Open Lord was to go towards that. And if it was possible to find a way to return it, we could pay the way for the field ward to begin its transition into becoming an official part of the city.
I turn and look at everybody else. What this look like? I mean, you don't need any insight to know. It's like, we gotta tell her, is written all over his face.
And then she'll continue, but sadly that was lost when it was claimed by Umberlee's cash.
Can I make an insight check on her?
Of course.
General insight. Won't do much. Maybe 24.
She is telling the truth and what she believes from what she has been told.
Okay.
Harold looks almost pleadingly at you guys now. I mean, didn't Renaer specifically say to bring up the stone to her?
He did not. He said...
Bring up Starbuckler to her, is what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he never mentioned the stone.
I'm sure if somebody could find a way to return it, they would.
Harold looks a little disappointed, but he just kind of nods. It's like, yeah, I understand. We can't take a risk.
Is there anything else?
Yes. Yes. We found ourselves in the midst of trying to alleviate some of the stresses of the gangs on the city. We found ourselves in a bit of a tight spot. We were pushed into well, you see, we have this understanding with Manchun after we disrupted his operations that we were to no longer disrupt his operations, and of course I agreed with that, but of course I had no intentions of stopping that.
Not all of us agreed.
Not all of us agreed. So I continued to work against him. Well, one of his lieutenants or generals or something found out that I was doing this and was holding it over the team's heads that if we do not perform an assassination of a noble, then we would be in a position where he would tell Manchun that we were continuing to work against him. And obviously that would have dire repercussions for us. So with that being said, we're technically supposed to kill Starbuckler by the end of the week. What's his first name?
Guy. Coffee guy.
Yeah.
Starbuckler.
Starduck.
You claim to be intertwined with a plot to assassinate them. This is punishable by death.
We were just...
I suspect that this is the urgent matter that Renaer warned me you would be bringing to my attention.
Yes.
So, Speak plainly. Are you planning to go through with it?
No,
No.
that was never
No.
the intention.
Nor will we
Oh.
ever. Yes.
No.
Said that
Oh.
an agent of Manchun tasked you with this.
Yes, an
And
agent
it is,
known as the Winter's Wind.
and it is our intention to turn this into an opportunity to capture or deal with him.
What do you know about what he can do, this Winter's Wind?
He seems capable of making those around him extremely susceptible to his opinions and almost to pity him as though he were the source of... My cat is snoring, if y'all can hear that. I'm so sorry. Holy cow.
I wish I could now, damn
It's
it.
so loud. I'm sorry. I completely lost my place. We are somebody else explain it. I'm sorry.
So basically, he did some spell stuff on me. I'm not really great with defending myself against mind magic. And he pretty much made me feel so bad for him. And that Starbuckler dude, like, was probably a bully and deserved it, which is not ever a thought I would have on my own.
She'll hold her hand up. You saw him cast this spell?
I did not know.
What is he?
I don't know. I just
An
know he made me feel
Eladrin.
really bad for him.
He's an Eladrin.
Ah, a winter Eladrin. That makes sense. That is what they do. It
Make
is
you
what
feel
they
bad?
get from the winter court of the Feywild. But what can he do beyond that?
Thinking back, can I think of any other thing I've seen the Winter's Wind do?
No, he had the ability to teleport, which would mean he's a powerful mage of some sort.
I can remember that it was cold around him, right?
It was
It
cold.
I'll mention that.
This is a winter.
Yeah.
But the teleportation is definitely something that you remember him doing. It's kind of the only thing you've ever seen him do.
Right. That's what I was going to say.
Every time you've seen him, he's done something with transporting.
So I'll explain that as like, yeah, we saw him teleport like Voss said, but other than that, not a lot. He moves. I mean, he seems like he's all over the place.
Manchun trusts him. He is no doubt very powerful and very cunning.
What is your plan to capture someone who can easily transport themselves away?
Well, we were hoping that you would assist us in this. We have the beginnings of a plan which we may potentially capture him.
Well, as protector of Faerun, the leader of this great city, I must acknowledge the oftentimes necessity of the Zentaro. They have aided us many times against the forces that threaten our livelihood, but always at their own personal gain. However, Manchun is a blight upon this world, and every clone should be eradicated. What is your plan?
It involves the upcoming gala. We know for a fact Thardak Starbuckler is going to be there. We would need Harper assistance on this. But if there is a way we can let it be seen and confirmed that we assassinated him and make away with his body, we can use that as bait to lure out the winter's wind. He's going to want to make sure he's dead and make sure he's not resurrected. Thardak Starbuckler is rich and no doubt has access to something like that. Knowing that, it gives us an opportunity to potentially corner him in a single place and have a meeting area. This will be something he wants. While it's not the best laid out plan, it is an opportunity, which I imagine in a war like this is rare.
It might even pay to reach him earlier than the night so that he's aware of the plan going into it, but then I don't know what kind of an actor he is, how well he can put on a show.
I take it none of you have spoken with Starbuckler yet?
Not yet. This would be a difficult thing for us to approach him with, considering we are but strangers to him.
What do you need from me to help?
We would need almost all of the guards at this gala to be under your or Harper control. For us to be...
Not doable.
Damn.
Unfortunately, the guards will be of Castellanta repute, and there's nothing I can do to fix that, as everything has been set in motion. And had I more than 3 days, I could probably arrange something. But
Fair enough.
I cannot.
Then could you at least... Go ahead, Sasha.
Is there a way to make...
It would cause too much suspicion if I were to immediately change guards.
Sure.
Fair.
Is there a way to make... I apologize, this is going to be indelicate. Is there a way to make a corpse look like somebody else?
Anything is doable with magic, but anything that is done with magic can also be undone with magic. I believe your plan to feign his death is wise, a good plan.
What we would need from you is, I know for a fact that there is a potion with the ability to feign death. If you could procure that for us, that would save us the cost and the trouble. And secondly, we would need someone aside from ourselves to arrange a meeting with Starbuckler. This is going to go off without a hitch. He's going to need to know.
Oh! Wait! He's a noble!
Yeah.
I could interview him for the book and tell him.
You know what?
I can inform him, but that is a good idea if you would like to get close to him. Convincing him to do this is not going to be easy.
No.
Starbuckler is a set in his ways individual.
But friendly, right? Like totally nice guy, really easy to talk to, maybe. Maybe not. All right, well, that's fine.
I'm likable enough.
Yes, you are.
In any case, a kind word, or at least something to help us along with this, would be most appreciated.
I mean, his family is very influential. It makes sense for him to be part of your book.
Formality. Convincing him of this is going to be difficult.
There is something else. If we're going to do this with full view, without any guards to back us up, would it be possible to get Harpers or people on the inside on the guest list at least? Not many to arouse suspicion, but a few that could assist us on the inside.
I can probably procure you 2 invitations.
Excellent. That's something at least.
For your...
And do you have, perhaps, to us the best plan and escape route when this is done, as we must leave with the body? The complete grounds, the complete blueprints of the grounds of the castle lanterns themselves. Can that be procured?
I do not have access to that.
Damn.
I apologize.
No, this is the best help we've received. This is fantastic, and we are in extreme amounts of debt and gratitude to you.
Also, any kind of magical implements that could help us move and escape, to borrow, not have, but to borrow for a time, would be appreciated. Perhaps something to cover our tracks, cause a distraction, or even a quick escape would be helpful.
I can probably procure you a way out to where, if you could get him out, you would not have to leave the party.
Excellent. That works.
In fact, I believe I will put someone who is already acquainted with you in charge of this. Maloon War Dragon.
Maloon?
Doing?
Fair enough. I trust your judgment.
He is good and is looking to earn Azure Edge back.
Fair.
Here.
Harold's gonna look over at Voss and be like, actually, I'm gonna whisper to him. I'm gonna be like, "So, are we bringing up the Xanathar?"
If you want, it's your call. I think we should. This is your call, Harold.
I'm gonna straighten up and I'm going to say, I think I know the identity of the new Xanathar. In fact, I absolutely know the identity of the new Xanathar.
You do? Who is it?
I need to look up how to pronounce his name. I know.
Alberti Freschetti?
Hold on, I got it.
Alberti Freschetti or something like that.
Alberto Fresco.
That sounds right. That's about right. Yeah.
Albert Fezzi.
Nailed it.
Alberto Fiaschetti.
Albert Fettuccini.
No, it
It's
is
in-
Alberto
it's in
Fiaschetti.
Alberto Fiaschetti.
Fettuccini.
Fiaschetti. Okay, so I will say Alberto Fiaschetti is the new Xanathar. I have it on good authority that, I mean, I know from personal experience and past mistakes I've made that he is a very, very dangerous man. Yeah, most people know him as the Rose.
You see her lean back. I see. These are very strong accusations to not only accuse him of being the new Xanathar, but the Rose as well. A known assassin.
And by telling you this, I've put mine and everybody in here's life at risk. But I'm telling you this because there's no path to justice that doesn't require sacrifice.
Open Lord, if I may, as a lore seeker of Agma, I will personally vouch that this information is true.
I will have to confirm this.
Obviously, I would not expect you to just believe it. Take your time, watch him. It won't be long before you see some strange stuff.
If this is true, then I shall owe you 2 favors.
That is most grateful. I'd be most grateful for thank you.
Very generous.
That is very generous. Thank you. But I know it's true, and I know the risk that comes from telling you this, and I accept it.
I see. Well, thank you for your bravery for this city.
It's my favorite. It's where I keep my stuff.
I would like to use my favor now.
Whoa.
Would you rather forget you told me?
Favor for everybody.
Yeah, it's one favor for all of us.
Oh, for all of us? For the whole group?
Yeah, it's not
yeah.
individually.
I don't say that. I don't say that then.
Okay.
That would be horribly selfish.
She speaks up. Would you rather forget you told me?
I missed what she said.
She asked if I would rather forget if I told her.
If you're interrogated later, it might... Or
Yeah.
confronted, rather.
Yeah, he will interrogate me if he's going to ask. I think it's best we forget. I think it's best we forget.
I don't want to.
Okay, well, I'm okay with it. I'll forget.
I will not.
1 second, I get a phone call.
Oh, okay. All right.
May I ask what you are going to do.
I'm going to reach into the weave, into the fabrics of his mind, and I'm going to pull the memory out.
If it's not too much to ask, and she'll kind of sort of give Harold a look, and she'll go, I think it would be best if I didn't know either. I think he would prefer it if I didn't have that kind of information in my head either.
She nods.
Forgive my ignorance of the weave, but is this magic, is this common, or is this something powerful scope?
It is fairly.
I see. Can it be reversed?
It can.
Oh.
Someone powerful in divine magics can restore.
I see.
We don't have to worry about me being that good.
It takes a great deal of power. It is not divination. Divine. I look at you and smiles.
Harold's gonna rest a hand on Petunia's shoulder proudly.
I understand.
Which kind of takes you aback because you never told her you were a divination wizard.
That is
true. She blushes. I mean, at the same time, she's like, of course she knows. Oh my God, of course she knows.
And you will watch as, are y'all ready?
Who all is partaking?
Aye, Captain. No, not me. I'm just...
So I know Petunia, Harold, Boss. Are you
I'm
forgetting?
not forgetting, no.
Okay, so Harold and Petunia, you watch as she reaches up and literally pulls the weave from above and begins somatic that encases your mind. And very similar to the way Petunia pulls a memory, you watch as she stretches her hands and pulls the memory as you watch in like this ethereal display of the moment happening before you, like a magical hologram, as she then removes it and washes it away into the weave. And
What was you took? I didn't say something embarrassing, did I? Tell me I didn't say anything about pants.
Everything's fine, Harold.
Okay, all right,
No
never mind.
talk of pants.
No talk of pants. Let's not bring up bad memories.
And this takes about a minute each, and she does the same to you, Petunia. As you forget that you told or heard Harold say that the rose, Alberta Fiaschetti, is the new Xanathar.
Yep, no idea.
But that is the only thing you forget.
Right, of course.
Completely intact.
Cool.
That mean you bring up, should we tell him?
So yeah, no, Harold will nod and be like, I don't know what you did exactly, but I appreciate you doing it. Thank you.
It is something you asked me to do.
I totally trust you.
She smiles warmly.
I smile warmly back. Like, it is clear Harold's like, wow, she's so friendly and nice and easy to talk to. It just, Harold is like, I feel like I'm like at an old friend's house.
Is there anything else that I can do for you?
Is that everything other than the last thing? Petunia actually was...
Yes, there's one more thing.
Petunia has a favor to ask.
But not the favor.
Not
just
the
like
favor, not the favor. But
it's like a small...
Oh, I almost would, but I couldn't. But if it's not too much to ask, could you sign my autograph book?
She smiles and takes the book, coyly asks if this is the favor from everyone,
No, not this time. I think.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Before you're answering, she's
Yeah.
already signed.
Yeah, I know.
You watch as she opens to a blank page, and using her finger, you watch as she signs and burns it in to the book, and you watch as quickly as she signs it, you watch as it dissolves and disappears, but you know it's there.
Oh. Thank you.
Harold's gonna hug Petunia tightly around the shoulders.
She's actually like tearing up a little bit. She's looking at the page where she signed and is just shaking in absolute glee.
And if you have the abilities to see through invisibility, it will always be present.
Oh, that's so neat.
Wow.
Um, There is one last thing. Recently, we found ourselves taken in our sleep. And when we awoke, after a bit of trial and error, we discovered we were on a beer.
That is impossible.
No, we were there.
It is
I
impossible to go to a beer. You must be mistaken. Someone bewitched your mind.
Trust me, I can provide you with evidence, but first, we were able to return because of the help of an individual who is well known to you. Kelvin Aronson was there in the Blackstaff Tower.
I have been widowed for over 100 years. Kelvin was one of the greatest men to walk Toril. Do not speak his sacrifice.
Whether near or far.
Her head cocks to the side as her eyes squint towards you. She hesitantly waits for you to continue.
He's trapped there. He can't return. But he asked us to deliver this to you. And Seisha holds out the letter.
And she hesitantly takes the letter from your hands. What are your surface thoughts?
Everybody?
Seisha, particularly.
I am so sorry I have to hurt her like this. I'm so sorry that we have to deliver this news.
She begins speaking quietly to herself, but still loud enough to hear as you watch her mind forget your presence in the room, as if she is worlds away, lost within herself.
Whether near or far, you are my moon and stars.
And with a shimmer that washes over the arcane sealed letter,
bearing the waxed seal of the moon stars, written from a man separated across worlds for over 100 years, you watch her shell break for the briefest of moments as she stifles a heartbreaking gasp.
her glossy, wide eyes, like dams holding back a waterfall, look up into the shimmering weave above as she continues to herself.
Is this why you sent me here? To find him?
And as if snapping back from an ethereal plane and remembering your presence, she quickly hides the opened envelope behind her, tucking it away before quickly and calmly thanking you once again for your services to the city and dismisses you from her chambers.
I bow my head gratefully. I put my hand reassuringly on Seisha's shoulder to remind her she's done the right thing. Just kind of give her like a firm shake, and then I'm going to nod to her and say, "We are forever grateful, Open Lord. Thank you."
And Seisha, as you go to leave, you notice a single tear fall across her cheek as she turns away, staring at the letter in her hands.
I won't say a word until we're outside.
And as you all head back, Harold, you notice something in the corner of your eye. It's weird, like a still image stuck in a series of moving images through the reflection of one of the shops along the road. when you went to investigate, you found nothing that stood out to you as if it disappeared. You look inside the store and you see a barber shop, but nothing more, neither inside nor outside.
You all head back to the tavern.
And
what do you guys do?
I get a drink.
Now, I went in that barber shop, right? I like went in, took a look around, nothing weird.
No.
Okay.
Do you need a haircut, Harold?
The old ears lowered. I think it'd look a little nice. I'm trying the shorter cut. I could go even shorter if I wanted to, but you can sense probably there's a nervousness around him when he's talking like this. I just think like a little lower, like a little more, a little.
Let's get home.
Yeah, let's get home quick. Harold's going to stand in such a way that he is like blocking Petunia's back. And he really quiet for the rest of the trip.
Petunia casts see invisibility and looks at her book the entire way home.
And you can see through illusory script that there you see the signature of the Open Lord and one of the founding members of the Moonstar, and the wife of Kelvin Aronson, and the chosen of Mistra, one of the 7 sisters, etched into your book.
It says all of that?
No, those are just all.
That's an entire page.
Looking at the book, she's like, I can't believe you met him too.
You gotta make sure no one
incredible.
accidentally signs over that.
Of course not. I know exactly what page this is on. I'm never gonna forget that.
No, I just mean like when you hand the book, now it has to be already open.
Fair enough.
This is a big step up for us. I don't know how I feel about it, but it's a big step up for us. I mean, I'm happy. This is great. Everything that happened there was great. Fuck that poor lady.
Why do so many love stories end so sadly?
Hey, Seisha, look at me. That story's just beginning. You think she's gonna stop now? We gave her hope. It seemed like she was sad, but for the first time in 100 years, she's got hope. The story's just beginning.
It's good to have powerful allies in any case, and we've struck a blow against the Xanathar no matter what. As long as we're proactive, we can continue to move forward. I have to go whenever we get back. I'm confused about something that you were talking about, though.
Me?
About what?
The stone.
What about it?
What is it?
What do you mean?
Oh, no, it's fine. Everything's fine. You'll understand, Stan Boss. Trust me.
Okay. All right.
Trying to think if we forgot to tell her anything.
No, we told her everything.
Okay, cool.
Everything we needed to.
Rock on.
But I still not know.
Still don't know.
Great.
Okay.
And as you return to the manor, you are all met by the devishly handsome elvish man, Davil Starsong.
You.
As he is found playing an upbeat, catchy tune that has the whole tavern joining in on the chorus.
Oh no, he's good, isn't he? He's really damn good. Oh god, this guy's great. Harold walks in and he's like, "Oh damn, that's great. He's really good."
And it's hard not to sing along yourself.
Oh, I am.
As the refrain is extremely catchy.
Yep. And at surface value, it seems to be a song about a man dancing with a woman. But the double entendre lyrics tell the story of a man who sold his soul to a devil. You eventually all get back together, upstairs, where Davil smiles and lays out 5 small chests he pulls from a crate, all filled with 20 crescent moons each, equaling 1,000 gold to each of you.
Well, I know where that's going.
Harold opens it up and just turns to Voss.
As
Us
he,
does not make that noise, but internally, that noise is being made.
What?
And as he does, he shakes your hand, boss, and slips something into your palm.
It takes an hour.
Gotcha. I take it.
But he shakes it, and as he does, he goes, Istrid convinced me to turn this, turn the box into the Sacrosaints. At first, there were a lot of questions, but we told a version of the truth, where we found out about a shipment for Manchun being smuggled in. We thought we'd intervene. Let me tell
heroes you are.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Let me tell you, they were more than happy for its return and for what they paid for it, as you can see. And what you see here is just for you. My crew got paid as well. With that,
What was it?
I can only imagine what's trapped inside. Best thing is, though, if they're ever to lose it again, we'll just hunt it down and return it for more money. That was the selling point for Mystery. Because if I throw it into Umberlee's cash, I'm paying some bitch queen. I'd rather get paid. So, while I was up there, I saw some scrappy gecko in a white coat. Heard him mention your name. The
Hi.
infamous name. But Zorar said that he helped you all take down the undead Itar.
Yes, it's Salazar.
All right, if you say he did.
He's one of us.
He did.
Well, I've done my good deed for the day. I'm going to stop by a potential partner across the street and then probably find some fest hall to entertain.
My.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, by the way, last thing, as he reaches into a back pocket, he goes, I got Blaven to make a pair of these. I heard you're going. I don't know what you're doing at a Noble's Gala, but a few extra hands to carry out a few extra coins they won't miss is never a bad thing.
Can I bring a date? Can I bring a date?
They're blank, so you can write whatever name you want.
That's good to know.
I take one of them and I hand them one of them to Seisha. I take the other and I look at Davil.
Seisha looks at Petunia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He holds the invitation out to Petunia.
Maybe Petunia should get an invite.
I slowly figured that out. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think strategically. If you're more of a thief, I might invite you. But you can just stay on the outside and watch inside.
I have decent sleight of hand. I just don't look like I do.
Yes, Petunia takes the other invitation.
Boss, let's invite the NPC and make the PC sit outside.
No, it's all good. Davil looks and smiles and goes, I might forge my own, but I have other plans for that night. And with that, we're going to end tonight's session.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. That was
so
great.
much information.
So much information.
Awesome.
So much.
We got a lot of
hope.
stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of hope. That was great.
A lot going on.
Yay! We survived another game. Yay!
Hey.
This one
And
was
hopefully, Vinley will soon as well.
Hopefully.
Voss, you can attune to the necklace, if you so wish, and bump your con score to 19 if it does not already do so when you attune to it.
Oh, good lord. That nearly doubles my hit points.
Oh yeah, just imagine how Vinley's gonna feel.
Oh yeah.
Seisha, just before we quit, Seisha's going to get the stone out of Voss's stuff.
Oh, you don't know he has it.
No, Voss.
No.
Oh, got it.
The stuff that was returned from Pierre Jean's palace.
Yes.
You go through his stuff, you don't find it.
Yep.
It's a good place to end it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Reminder to everyone, hashtag Eldritch and hashtag Beyond if you have not done so to win an Eldritch Foundry miniature or the Blacksmith and Archmage dice sets.
They're so cool.
On D&D Beyond. They are really awesome.
Yep.
So if you have not entered, please enter now. Remember, subscribers, this is September. If you subscribe, you're 3 times more likely to win. Please enter only once so you're not disqualified. I hope this... It's been 6 days in place since you've taken care of the Xanathar. It feels like 3 months.
Like 2020.
Yeah, shit done.
Yeah. So just to put into perspective of risk and reward and when it's paid out, it may seem like a long time, but it does not go unnoticed or unrewarded. Yeah. There is still a lot more to learn over the next couple of days as you prepare, because we didn't get to a lot of stuff.
No, yeah, we got to the next day.
We got to the next day.
Yep.
Are either of you two surprised?
No.
I've always got a list.
Yeah, but I mean, we didn't even get into like the small little things that you guys wanted to do. It was all the big things that had to happen first.
Yep.
Yeah. All good, all good. This is a great session.
I know what I'm doing next session.
And that gold we got
going to a meeting?
1,000 per each of us, right?
Ooh, hopefully.
Correct. Correct. That is, everybody should have 1,000 extra gold. And do not worry, Vinley is also getting paid.
I figured as much. I didn't think we'd.
Yeah. Petunia did not steal extra money. It's just money.
Wait, what?
In this, you weren't there for the box payout.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But
okay.
But you still got paid. As he put down 5.
Finley's cut.
Oh, well,
that's what I'm saying. She did not. Vinley is getting paid.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. You guys don't know what's in that box, but it's huge.
Watch it be the next stone eye.
Huge that you guys did not allow it to fall into the hands of.
Yeah, no kidding. If they're willing to pay that kind of money, Dabble was speaking my language. I'll let somebody else steal. I'll bring it back. Amen.
I gotta go buy a dress. V, you have to help me buy a dress.
Yeah, V's set for life.
Yeah, I know, but she still has to come with me.
Yeah. We're gonna go shopping.
Shopping episode.
More so. Just tell us what you did.
Hashtag Beyond.
We're gonna get some.
We got some winners. We got some winners. Winner of the Blacksmith dice and the Archmage dice is Captain Charmy.
Arr.
And the winner of the Eldritch Foundry miniature is Session 0 Clothing.
Hey, congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you to everyone. And let me just check something real quick before we do things. Remember to go to D4 Extra Life to do any donations for the Children's Miracle Networks, as we are raising money for them. And we have lots of giveaways.
Whoa!
Oh, hey, we got $100.
Awesome.
Hey, rock on.
Very much. Yes. That is $100 further into our goal. Does that hit one of our stretch marks? I don't think it does.
Let's get to that 5K, y'all.
No, not until we hit 1550. So we're little less than 200 away from the Spellbinder Nightfall dice.
Yes. Hopefully we can give that away next session. Remember, every dollar counts, and if you can't during these hard times, just please spread the word, because this is for our favorite charity and a big one at that.
Yep.
Just trying to give some kids a life of adventure when they're already fighting their own battles. So thank you again. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Be excellent to each other.
May you always roll with advantage. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.